AK boost.
Oop.
Probably, you know what?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Oh, that kind of gay stuff. Oh shit! I accidentally closed Twitch.
Give it a second. I'm going to turn this a little bit more down.
Arthur, are you chewing cables again?
Oh no!
Stop that. You weird little weirdie.
Here we go.
Alright. Do you mind if I also fight for freedom?
I do not mind if you play Helldivers at the same time.
Thank you. The new patch came out recently and it changed a lot of stuff. Alright.
Anything good?
Oh yeah. Like a lot of the weapons got buffed, a lot of stratagems got buffed. The big ticks no longer kill you in one vomit. Like, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and then I open OBS so I can hear it. All right.
Give me one moment
Arthur?
while I forgot to write the
description.
No, I forgot to write the self promos.
Damn, Cassander.
It happens. I was writing other things.
Yeah, like tech support. Camera shake.
Nothing that would violate Twitch guidelines.
Game. Oh, HUD.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. Hello, Neko!
Hey, Neko!
We're going to get started in just a moment.
Oh, hey, Arthur. Try to jump into my lap.
Send that. Oh, I should, there we go. Announcements. Nope, I've just double... There we go. And in... Dadther. Oh. That is the best response to my question.
Oh, hey! Hey, social Neko, you gonna be horny again?
Are we... Oh,
yeah.
already?
Yeah, already.
That...
Yes, it does make him a Discord kitten.
Yes. It's fun.
Arthur. Oh my god.
In any case, I've sent out all the promos I need to, so we're going to get started now. We might come back to the options if we decide that the music is too quiet or the sound is too loud. But for now, this is a role to play.
Oh my goodness. Fair enough. Fair enough, Mr. Neko. Fair enough.
I love this, what's going on with the camera right now.
Yeah, really.
This is impressive. Yes. Ooh. I suppose I should have it capture my cursor just for right now.
Yeah.
So I can more accurately show that. Like, this is impressive. I've never actually seen a visual novel do this. What's that?
What's what?
Cryptid Crush.
Oh.
Did you post it in the streaming suggestions in my server? Because we don't have anything really solidly chosen for day 3 yet. For now, the only things on deck are whatever's in the title of the stream today, a role to play, Blooming Panic, and Aelfric the Wondrous. The thing is, I don't know if this is voice acting or not. But tell me if the game is too quiet.
Good morning, everyone. This is Cassander.
Oh, the game is too quiet.
Mesa Verde's #1 music station, K102. Classic rock sounds of the 60s and 70s.
Just because it does have voice acting, so we're going to turn that up. Hey-yos, Cookie Cat.
Hey, Cookie Cat.
Today's forecast calls for clear skies throughout the day, highs in the mid-80s, lows in the mid-60s, and a chance of light showers in the evening. For today's announcements.
Thank you.
After being closed for nearly a full year, the Roger B. Wayans Municipal Library will be reopening today following renovations sponsored by the Mesa Verde Historical Society.
Ooh.
A charity dinner will be held in honor of the late Mr. Wayne at the Tomahawk Community Center on Main Street. The Mesa Verde Chamber of Commerce is anticipating the rise in local tourism for this season's Red Yucca Arts Festival. In addition to the Art in the Park and County Fair events, the traveling wrestling promotion Sunday Funday Fights will be setting up every Friday at the Copperfield Canyon Park.
Why would I need to play the Stray Gods demo? Did you not see in general? I have it on Steam now. Just in full.
Tickets and information are available on the Chamber's website and the K102 social media page. Finally, the Mesa Verde Historical Society, in association with the Honeywell mining conglomerate, will be starting its mine tour this Thursday, which will take visitors through levels A to D of the famous Mesa Verde mine. Traveling tours will also be available every Friday through Sunday, where guests will be shuttled across town to various local historical sites. The Historical Society recommends visitors bring closed-toed shoes, sunscreen, and a sense of adventure.
We're going to hold off for the ad break.
Uh-oh. That's a tank. That's 2 tanks!
Oh no!
Oh god!
Right as we come out of the ad break, too.
Again, this is Garth Donovan, hoping you have a very pleasant day.
So what's the plot of this game?
I don't know. Other
Straight
than
up?
it involves playing tabletop RPGs.
Oh.
What time is it? Oh, I want to steal that couch too. It looks so comfy.
Mm-hmm.
I roll over, clutching at air for a few seconds before my fingertips finally touch my phone. I squint at the LED screen, waiting for my eyes to adjust to the light. Ordinarily, I keep my curtains closed, but I left them open to try and make it easier to get up in the morning. It's not really helping. Finally, the bright squiggles on the screen come into focus. 11:30 a.m. Danny? Danny, are you up yet? Yeah, yes. Okay, hurry up and shower, alright? We gotta get to your thing at 12. So let me know if you need any help. I stretch myself out over the top of my comforter, feeling the shifting weight of the air mattress beneath me like pinpricks up my spine. It's always the worst in the morning. I grit my teeth, trying not to sound too in pain as I respond back. Yeah, I'll double time it. No worries. Gotcha.
I wonder if
I'll be downstairs getting the truck ready.
our character's got like a disease or something, or if it's just
Maybe.
like waking up.
Aaron, you don't have to take turns. I can hear Dad start to move away from the door, but he stops after a few steps. I'll warm up the hot water bottle so that you can sit on it on the way there, okay? I blink. It's 5 minutes away, I'll be fine. Well, okay then. I finally hear his footsteps trail off back down the stairs. Setting my phone back down on the edge of the bed, I grasp the sheets and slowly try to sit upright. That same pinching sensation from earlier is only amplified when I try to move, only ever really subsiding when I lie absolutely still. Using my arms to push myself up rather than the muscles in my back usually helps a little. My pills for this are in the bathroom. I really should just move them to my bedside for convenience's sake.
I think we're physically disabled.
Maybe I'll take some extras so I'll be fine to hang out in public for a bit. Haven't talked to anyone besides Dad in a while. God, I hope I'll be fine. I don't know. Can't wait. I know this involves exploring escapism and fantasy, but... Your footsteps echo upon the checkered marble floor, amber light flickering along the polished surface from the many torches hung along the corridor. One every 15 feet. There's a window to your left, though all that emanates from it is blackness of a moonless night. Or, well, a moonless morning. You have awoken a few hours past twilight with word of new orders from your superiors. You sling your standard patrol kit on, likely pondering what could be of such rousing concern at this time of night. After all, the castle has plenty of guardsmen to cover the night shift. Per word of the captain, all you know now is to be armed and ready for outdoor travel. You gaze upon your own reflection cast in one of the many ornate mirrors that line the castle's halls. You are met with the visage of a man fully clad in plate, eyes shadowed and face fully covered, a fruity little scarf around your collar.
Oh my god,
Fruity.
the art.
The fruitiest. This is gorgeous. Look at the way the... Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to move chat for a moment. Sorry, y'all. Look at the way that torch is flickering. Like... Look at the brush strokes. Oh, that's gorgeous. All the other guards talk smack about it, but you endure for the fashion statement alone. Hello, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man!
And, oh, the lighting, just... The one item I add to my template character, and I'm gonna get shredded for it. Hey, no harm with being bold. Let's try to keep it in character, though. Or no, let's try to keep it IC, though. IC? In character. You can tell how my brain works when I see a, abbreviation like that.
Yeah.
I'm doing alright, Pac-Man. Oh. It feels like an hour passes, the night lightening into the violet hues of a pre-dawn sky. Just an echo. Just put a bucket under an echo.
Yeah.
You have yet to see anyone pass you by in all the time you've been out here in the hall. In the wake of the king's passing last month, an unusual solace had fallen over the prestigious keep. The interior, once filled with all manner of merriment and expansionary planning, had been rather suddenly muted. The corridors he once loitered about with his expansive family are almost always empty, as if out of respect for the larger-than-life soul that once filled them. Now you can faintly hear authoritative voices coming from beyond the hardwood door at the end. There's a heightened voice that is audible even at this distance. You can make out the words, all necessary preparations and ensured safety. If you got closer, maybe you could make out more of what they are saying? Do you dare?
You dare.
An interesting choice. Why is that? By the time you reach the door, all the speaking voices have ceased. Like, maybe hearing your 50 pounds of armor and gear clanging about as you move may have disturbed them? Do we back away slowly, book it, or do we stop moving?
Stop moving. Nobles
All
are
right,
like
Mulch.
sharks. Nobles are like T-Rexes. They don't see if you don't move.
That's not how T-Rexes work.
It's how... Yeah, well...
The voices within the room pick up once more. Right, well, I have made arrangements for the thing. The thing we were just talking about. Good. Can you excuse me for just a moment? The next thing you know, the door is flinging forth and smacking you square in your helmeted noggin. You go falling back upon your rump, squinting up to see the sight of your superior officer, Guard Captain Saad Antou. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name, leering over you. He's blocking line of sight into the room, so you cannot see who he was talking to. With the helmets and such, it's a bit difficult to tell who everyone is. You should announce yourself at the very least. What's your name again? So, chat. Is our name Hardsey, Garth, or Manny?
Garth.
I'm going to let chat choose this one.
Fair enough.
And Mask got in first with Hardsey. Oh, two people. Two people, it's Hardsey. Hardsey. Guardsman Hardsey, of course! I should have recognized you by your demeanor. You remind me of one of those possessed statues. Like the ones from the stories? Scurrying about whenever my back is turned, but when I move to face you, you're completely still. It's very creepy. But you work it well. You're also looking well rested, despite the circumstances. His tone is eloquent and friendly, though there is an edge of hurriedness to it, quite unusual for his normally lackadaisical demeanor. Which is good because I have a special assignment for you. Apologies for the lack of prior notice, but things have been a bit hustle and bustle lately, yes? The two of you stare into each other's helmeted visages. This part of the castle is dead silent. He eventually gesticulates, swirling his gauntleted hand in a circular motion. Low-key busy, as they say. There's a special individual that I would like you to... It's quite all right, good captain. I can take it from here and brief the guardsman myself. I apologize for my tardiness. Matters of the court have been exceptionally trying today, and I decided a moonlight ride with my saddler was in order. It is such a beautiful morning out there, after all. The captain's posture stiffens before he quickly bows his helmeted noggin. Your Royal Highness, of course, of course. You there, the guardsman with the captain. How are you this morning? So, does Hardsey say anything? Yeah, one sec. Majesty, ma'am. It's good to see you. I tried to think of a suitably appropriate word to say. Mary? There's a pause. Mary. My cousin Mary. Guardsman? Oh, no, Mary isn't happy, mirthful. I am full of mirth to be in your gracious presence, Madam Majesty. The guard captain suddenly looks very interested in that torch by the wall. The one away from this conversation.
Lol.
However, she merely giggles, finding the effort endearing, nevertheless. You're funny, Guardsman Hardsey. I'm excited to be riding out with you today. And please, addressing me by my title alone is fine. I find that it saves time, especially with those who I will be working alongside. Thank you, Princess. So, what is our mission? A royal escort, of course. She beams, folding her hands behind her riding dress and looking up at the mysterious guardsman before her. Mysterious? I am actually rather capable on my own, being a practicer of the mystical arts myself, but I do so enjoy the company. So we've seen, I think, 2 of the 3... No. I think this is another player character in this D&D game. My father has instructed me to pay a visit to one of our wealthier families that lives outside of town, about a 3 hours ride from the gates. It's to be a diplomatic affair. The family in question, the Bartistes, own several silver mines along the coast, including some outside our territory. I won't get too much into the boring political details, that being for me to worry about, but recent imposed tariffs upon our ore imported into the kingdom have been extravagant. The Bartiste family has been vocally opposed to the tariff, and we wish to formally back them. Huh. With the secretive meeting going on in the middle of the night, I'd expected something a little more high stakes for the quest. Ah, understood, Princess. I will be happy to accompany you and, provide my blade should peril arise? Wonderful. I will be joining you as well, per the new king's orders. We will be taking the back roads through town, avoiding major thoroughfares. This is, of course, for security considerations. Oh, I do love the way he just slides away.
Yeah.
Also, it helps prevent confusion. We wouldn't want the peasantry thinking there is some sort of royal parade afoot. I'm not remotely presentable enough for such an affair. My cape is still being cleaned from last month's sortie. He chuckles politely, though Guardsman Hardsey may be able to detect a tinge of nervousness in his captain's laugh. Understood. Yes, that's a fair precaution. Sod claps his hands, nodding. Excellent. Well then, let's be off. The sun shall be rising shortly. Sounds good, sir. Indeed. Duke? Yeah, one sec. Trying to find the background and map for the next part.
Hydrate. You gotta drink.
Oh, yes. Using these as reminders is going to be good, because I will forget. Duke rummages through his folder of materials for a minute before finally giving up, whipping out a tablet from his backpack. This is me, Core. This is how I do this.
Up. I got a cup from my mom.
Oil painting. Okay, that's not me, Core. You get what you get and you don't get upset. He taps at it, then sets it on the center of the table. Valton by the Sea, capital city of the Petty Kingdom, contains approximately 30,000 people. Originally a fishing town, Valton diversified into a smithing hub as vocational institutions and craftsmen's guilds were established. Carts of ore can be seen coming en masse, shipped from across the region, to be crafted into all manners of finished products. However, this is indeed, like, as I was saying, this is something I do as a DM. I just grab splash art from Google image search, and then use that for my campaigns. However, being rather perceptive of your surroundings and also being native to the location, you may notice something is a little off. Outside of the usual burgeoning industry traffic, things seem strangely quiet. There's usually quite a bit more people around, even at this early hour. The guard captain leads you two down an alleyway, with one of the minor side gates of the surrounding city walls now in sight just past a couple of buildings. I am a great dungeon master in more ways than one. Oh, give me one moment. I have to...
Love you too. Bye, Mom.
Yesterday was very busy for me. I forgot to do something.
I have just been informed that I need to make an errand run.
All right.
Different errand run, not the same errand run.
We will see you, Mulch.
Yep. I'll be back. Just gotta pick up some things from the grocery store.
Understood.
I'll be back.
All right. A watchman runs past a nearby intersection, though he comes to a quick halt when he sees you. He spins on his heels, then double times it in your direction. It takes him just a moment to reach the guard captain. He's speaking with some urgency, though what exactly he's saying is unclear, his voice hushed. The two converse for less than a minute, glancing toward the princess once or twice, before the watchman takes off again in the direction of the town square. Guard captain, what seems to be the issue? Why is everything so quiet? Captain Antu regards the two before him, thinking, Oh, hold on. I warned you about the stairs, Cookie Cat. It appears there is a little bit of a disturbance downtown. You know, angry peasantry and the like. Oh, that's terrible. What's gotten everyone so upset? Perhaps we can take a little detour and help, right, Guardsman Hardsey? Before you can weigh in your opinion... Before you can weigh your... Ah! I'm sorry, give me a moment. I stumbled so heavily on those that I just need to recenter myself. My apologies, everyone. Before you can wait... I know, but I don't like there being dead air, you know? Before you can weigh in your opinion, Captain Antu interjects. That name's going to fuck me up. Oh no, goodness, no! What are you doing? What you are doing is far more imperative than this. Common squabbles, you know how it goes, yes? Your father's treasury exists to pay the watchmen for situations just such as this. Coaster, there's a difference between you doing art and me sitting here as all we listen to are the sounds of dogs barking and birds tweeting on a loop. Also, yes, you still have, like, ways to interact. For now, all I have is putting me in different outfits and taking my shirt off. No, ASMR is when I get really close to the mic and very quiet. Though, we should probably avoid the warehouse district and stick along the wall edge near the bellows. The armored man flicks his reins, heading off. Why are you saying ew, Mask? Just earlier today you said my... Oh god, I can't even try that. Earlier today you said you liked my morning voice. Girl, that's my dad. Stop seducing my friends. I need to listen to more of them. I also need, like, a script to voice for one. Sell that on, like, OnlyFans or something. The armored man flicks his reins, heading off. The princess makes a show of being rather visibly offended at the guard captain's dodging of her question, before following after him at a strong canter, nearly a gallop. She's known these cobblestone streets since she was a little girl, so veering through the various alleyways and thoroughfares comes naturally to her, and thus she quickly catches up to Captain Antu. Right with Guardsman Hardsey bringing up the rear. Is he rushing to catch up or taking a more measured pace? Well, chat, when I see two people make the same decision, I will go with that decision. Are we trying to catch up, or are we keeping a steady pace? I would feel bad, though, asking your boyfriend to write me some ASMR, because you know he will probably do it for free. And he deserves to be paid for it, and you know I can't afford to pay him. Alright, that's one for catch-up and one for steady pace. Who's going to be the deciding vote? Goodbye, Mask. Well, I suppose I will simply make the decision now. Given Mask is gone, we will choose try to catch up. The captain and the princess are rather adept equestrians, so it takes a little more focus for Hardsey to keep up. However, keep up he does, indeed. Your surroundings are a blur, ducking from one side street to another, hoofsteps echoing through the empty streets. You're entering the smithing district now, and plastered upon various walls, doors, and windows are an assortment of the same strange-looking flyers. With how fast you are all going, you are unable to discern what's upon them. Some sort of drawing? An admonishment? It's unclear. What is clear is the sight of Captain N2's horse coming to a sudden abrupt halt in front of you. The captain, however, does not stop. He goes flying over the head of his mount, somersaulting and landing on the flat of his back in the courtyard in front of you. You look for the source of his sudden dismounting. It doesn't take long to find it, a dock rope that was stretched taut across the exit of the alley you'd been traveling through. The helmeted man hobbles up to his knees, recovering from the stunning whiplash, his horse still whinnying in surprise behind him. Owl guards! Owl guards! Someone shouts. And that one, she looks awful ritzy. Get the one on the ground. A cacophony of angry voices fill the courtyard, your party having run right into the midst of what looks like some sort of riotous staging area. Doors lie on the streets, torn off their hinges. Windows are broken, cheap green glass scattered all across the street, making it sparkle like glitter. A man in a dress shirt and silken black pants lays face down in the doorway of one of the blacksmith shops. Rivulets of blood cascade down the steps. From the distance, you can barely make out a few plumes of smoke, rising from newly created blazes, incendiaries running amok. More presently, however, is the threat of the 6 enclosing rioters. They may be in plain clothes, but they're armed with freshly forged swords. And judging from the noise past the courtyard... There we go. Hit timeout instead of block because it kind of looks like the same thing at a glance. And judging from the noise past the courtyard, there's more just around the corner. Captain N2 glances back just as one of the younger-looking men in the crowd braves a swing at him, it smacking against his armor with a painful thud, but not penetrating it. Yeah, Hardsey, get her to safety! Go back! Go back! He gestures wildly back in the direction we came, rolling out of the way of a second blow. Are we dismounting, or are we saving the princess? Oh, that's a cute little emote. Alright, we'll save the princess. This looks like it's getting pretty gnarly. Being a royal guard, it's sort of your whole job to ensure the general aliveness of said royalty. With the mob closing in and potentially more on the way, getting out of the city is priority number 1. Yes, sir! Guardsmen! We can't just leave him here! Another blow strikes the back of Captain N2's helmet just as he gets back up to his knees. He staggers. 3 of the mob's men are approaching you now. Begone! With what looks like no time to spare, I turn the horse around and head back down the other end of the alley. Begrudgingly, the princess follows. In the distance, whooping and hollering can be heard intermixed with the clashing of metal upon metal. A cry of pain can be heard. Outnumbered and injured, Captain Antu is assuredly dead. Damn it. However, the same cannot be said about you and the princess. As you speed through the bellows, signs of looting and destruction become increasingly visible. This unrest has been mounting for some time, incited via an unknown catalyst where tensions finally boiled over. The two of you are moving too quickly to be readily accosted. Most would-be waylayers lacking ranged weaponry to dismount you. Princess Gwynhilda, though dressed in a comparatively fancy-looking riding gown associated with... Give me a moment, my tongue is, not limber enough. Okay. Princess Gwynhilda, though dressed in a comparatively fancy-looking riding gown associated with her royal class, is a relatively unknown figure amongst the populace, unrecognizable by most down here. After all, she has only been a princess for about a month now. You exit through one of the main trade gates, the guards there having abandoned their posts. Of course, you're not the only people fleeing town. Escapees of all types filter out alongside you, though you appear to be the only equestrians, the rest of them are on foot. Should we stop to help them? How, princess? She doesn't respond, looking back with a furrowed brow at the city we've just fled, the walls getting farther and farther away. I hate to say it, but I feel very much out of the loop here, princess. I suppose us royal guard types aren't, kept too privy to matter. I don't know how much I hate stumbling over very simple words. But every time I do, it makes me stop. I suppose us royal guard types aren't, kept too privy to the matters down below, are we? No, and that's a horrible shame. Oh, clicked off the window. It came as a shock to us all, but to no one more than me. You can't help but doubt that, remembering the sight of Captain Sod getting smacked at with fresh swords and the poor dead blacksmith at the entrance of his shop. My own people, it breaks my heart. And Captain Antu. Perhaps I should have stayed, spoken with them, assuaged their concerns. Perhaps, not. They seemed like a violent bunch. Talking is great, though the scales of diplomacy, they were a bit tipped in their favor there. Hard to talk things out when their point of leverage is, do what I say or die. The princess harumphs, looking less than satisfied with that rationale. Or just upset with this whole situation in general. Do what I say or die? She quotes my words back to me. Is that not what we royalty demand on a daily basis? If we were truly worth our salt, we would come down from our ivory towers once in a while and meet our citizenry at their own level. I hold up the flats of my gloved palms defensively, not about to debate the various aspects of power, whilst still trying to keep vigilant for threats along the countryside. Ultimately, this has to have something to do with my father taking the throne last month. But what specifically? Well, what's done is done, princess. Your safety is, my only priority now. The princess turns, swooping her braided ponytail from one shoulder to the other. Well, thank you, Guardsman Hardsey. I feel very safe in your hands. She smiles faintly. I try to smile back, but that's not really coming across well with the helmet and all. I nod instead. Well, I do believe our quest is still on, right? Finding the Bartistes? You said they're friendly enough with your family, so getting you somewhere safe with them seems like a good idea. Certainly, things could clear up between now and then, too. Any port in a storm. To be fair, she is at least doing the thing we would want a fantasy royal to do in this situation, considering that etc. Eventually, after let's say 15 minutes worth of travel at a gallop, galloping mounted pace, you no longer see signs of other citizenry wandering about. Having been heading in the direction of the Bartistes, you've been forced to follow a lot of the lesser-maintained back roads. That is when you begin to hear humming. It oscillates in pitch every 10 seconds or so, with brief pauses for breath. Almost like a song. Your mount starts behaving... Your mount's... I will be right back. I need to use the restroom. I'm sorry. I am back. Your mount's behave... Oh my god. The worst part is, it is just 1 and 2 syllable words. Your mount's... What is this, take 8? On this one box alone? Your mounts start to behave strangely, sniffing the air, slowing down, and stomping their hooves against the shoddy stone path. That's not good. What? Horses are prey creatures. Their survival depends on their innate ability to read their environment for potential threats. Whatever is up ahead, they clearly perceive as a threat. I will consider it bloopers. It's... I just pride myself on my ability to read sentences ahead, and even doing that today, it's just not working out. So, are we going to press on past, or are we going to turn around? Alright, press on past it is. Let's just get through it. These things were fast enough to get us out of Dodge during our escape. I suppose that's true. I'll try to calm them down. I'm sure we have some nice oatcakes in our saddlebags. Hold on, there's something I want to check. Aha, they forgot a full stop. I love that. In the meanwhile, I look around, trying to find the source of the noise. And to that end, it doesn't take you long to find it. The first things you see are glimmering metal horns poking out from beyond the hill. Helmets with masks covering the faces of their wearers. 15 people are gathered in a clearing by what appears to be an old abandoned fort. Their backs are turned to you. Soldiers? It's unclear. What is clear, however, is that through their humming, the air itself is starting to distort, like hot air above pavement. In the distance, smoke can be seen rising from Vultan by the sea, little blazes silhouetting the shadowy figures. They look out of place, like something that doesn't belong in the sober daylight. Goodbye, Pac-Man. I'm sure we will have a great stream. The princess, being a mystic class herself, would be able to perceive that this shimmering effect, in combination with the dull amber glow at the center of the group, is generally associated with portal creation. However, something of this scale, with as many casters present all at once, is unheard of. Oh boy. You ready, Waz? That's the spirit, dude. Like I was saying, the distortion is growing larger, swirling and cutting into the air around the base of the tower. Streaks of a reality that is not our own become visible through the tears in space. The kinetic energy of the swirling vortex is creating immense heat, singeing the masked hummers. And it looks like it's only going to get hotter here soon. Can I move him back? Move back my guy, I mean. Away from the spell being casted? Yeah, of course. There's a long pause, all of us waiting for Wazi to describe his character's action, but he doesn't. Eventually, the DM takes over. Okay, so as the one weak-willed summoner steps one toe out of line, the portal's barely contained entropic force spills forth. The ground rolls, soil ebbing and flowing like liquid beneath their feet. The resonance of time and space, shattering like a thunderclap, echoing throughout the hills. Hundreds of years old stonework and carpentry begins to crumble. Portal energy destructive enough to rip through stone. Though the sun above remains unclouded, light itself is siphoned and bent by the dark magic. This lack of light creates a shadow over the valley and those that reside within it. You can feel the darkness upon your skin like a hot, scratchy shroud. The summoners needn't hum any longer, for the air itself hums, stealing their voices and playing it back to them, as if mocking their feeble attempts at handling forces with which they cannot fathom understanding. Those of weak constitution quickly succumb to the discombobulating inferno, and through the portal emerges Gathambrixu! Oi! One of the cultists, not completely discombobulated, calls out from amidst the embers. The runt orc messed it up for us. The spell's in shambles. That ugly thing's not our lord. Purge it! Purge the orc too! Such a warm welcome to this world. Literally, it's rather hot even for someone such as you. Right then. As smoke billows past his ankles, the eldritch entity strides forth from the source of his summoning. In the distance, he spies two humanoid figures by their mounts. Curious onlookers, no doubt, but they will have to wait until the scrappy remnants of Cathambrixu's welcoming party are dealt with. I will take a screenshot for Gideon, yes. There are currently 6 of the summoners still standing, plus the aforementioned runty orc, though they don't seem too friendly with him. Well, speaking of the orc... No, this Mind Flayer is hot. Speaking of the orc, noting his role in all of this, he can intuit that the mana reserves of his... Can I please just get through one text box without stumbling? Or running out of breath? Speaking of the orc, noting his role in all of this, he can intuit that the mana reserves of the... Speaking of the orc, noting his role in all of this, he can intuit that the mana reserves of these newly hostile hooded figures are rather low after the ritual, which perhaps explains why the one nearest to him promptly pulls a knife and charges at him, instead of casting a spell. Fuck. Fuck indeed. The strike hits critically, leaving the orc staggered. The other 5 move to attack the tentacled fellow, two reaching their target. Both hit with daggers, managing to slice at the big guy with a flank advantage. Wounds of the flesh, but not the spirit. Fear is not felt by Cathambrixu. He retaliates, a burst of psionic energy emitting from his mind and blasting all those within a 12-foot radius, frying at their brains, memories and motor functions melting like wettened cotton candy. No. That spell isn't unlocked until 4 more levels. Remember when we went through the combat trial run for each of you? I showed you which options you had with your starter skill sets? Oh, really? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, one sec. Within this realm, Cathambrixu finds his feats of mental strength, which he ordinarily could wield effortlessly, no longer come to him with such ease. Concerning, but only a minor setback, surely. Even a fraction of his usual power is enough to handle lowlifes such as these. He turns to one of his attackers, directing a single focus blast of psionic force at him. It misses. Quite a bit of time passes as the two fight the rest of the masked attackers, mostly unsuccessfully. The small orc managed to get a hold of his own dagger and take out the guy who ambushed him, but the remaining 4 are still laying into them. The originally intimidating, eldritch-looking fellow from the portal is now thoroughly battered. He's nearly down, no longer carrying himself with the same level of self-aggrandizement with which he was flaunting something fiercer. I created a word there. With the same level of self-aggrandizement which he was flaunting something fierce earlier. You know, I feel kind of bad for them. I mean, I can sympathize with those also not having the best of days today. Even if they're not exactly human. Mayhaps we should lend them some aid? Looking across the hill toward the green and blue fellow getting their rumps kicked, it does feel a little wrong just to stand here and watch. If you insist, Princess, it is my job after all. She smiles graciously, feeding her last oatcake to Butterscotch, her horse, before striding onto the battlefield with her guard in tow. Not long after, I'm buffed up by a blue glow of armor. There we go. Not long after, I'm buffed up by a blue glow of armored fortitude from the princess's magic. Emboldened and empowered, I rush into the mess of dagger-wielding cultist folk. Shield raised, I bash as many as I can, trying to draw their attention onto me, away from the squishier folk. With their backs turned, the orc manages to backstab 2 of them, while I finish off one that was targeting the blue guy. With 1 remaining, it's the princess who helps me finish the job, a bolt of white magic shot from her fingertips zapping him to the point of near death, before I manage to swing my sword around and... The strike connects on his flank, striking just below the hip, sending the severed limb sailing off in a spray of blood that douses the singed grass below. The defeated cultist wobbles, the stump leaking its viscous scarlet ebb before. He stops speaking, looking at me for a moment and clearing his throat, speaking more quickly now. He dies. And with that, everything goes completely still. The destabilized portal vanishes behind the wooded, tentacled entity. Wounded tentacle entity. I swear. Silence fills the valley, and our heroes are left standing amongst one another. It's unfamiliar and strange company, a million questions on their minds. But alas. It will have to wait for another time. Aw, boo! Megan lets out a little laugh. Hey, it's almost closing time here. Gotta be considerate for the librarians. I just wanted to say, I think you guys did pretty good. It can be difficult getting into a brand new character, especially with what is essentially a pickup group. Hey, Cassander is a character I've had for like over a decade now. He's not new. Still not even gonna try to pronounce that. Oh, I was close! Cassander. It's really not that hard. Inky the Squid Man. Megan laughs again. Oh, come on! Right, apologies that this sesh was a little strange. The ARTP framework isn't really oriented for that dungeon crawly style you see in other TTRPGs. Oh no, I really liked it. You guys have really neat characters. I feel so bad for Captain N2, though. I really liked him. Well, you guys were the ones who ran off on him. I guess I did want to save him, though, for the record. I feel a pang of guilt. I feel a pang of guilt well within me. I didn't really think that was a situation where the alternative made a lot of sense. The princess's life was on the line, right? It would be out of character if I ditched her to rescue the captain. I sigh, tucking away my character sheet into my pack. Regardless, that was pretty cool. Never done anything tabletop-y before besides, like, Monopoly, so I hope I was okay. Hey, you kicked butt out there, Guardsman Hardsey. I never would have guessed it was your first time. I do have a few pointers, though, that I will get to in a sec. The kid beside me, Wazi I think his name is already standing up to leave. He's been quiet most of the game, skimming the rulebook and sketching things on the back of his character sheet. Heading off already? Wazi blinks, staring at the floor. Wazi blinks, staring at the floor for a second before responding. Oh, yeah, Dad's picking me up soon. As he speaks, I notice his gaze never meets anyone else's. Gotcha, sorry, Dagbat didn't get much playtime. You gonna be here next week? Wazi nods, giving an indirect thumbs up. Uh-huh. He shuffles out. Well, alrighty then, I guess we'll call it. I do have some homework for everyone, though, and I'll make sure to email it to Wazi when I get home. Homework? Yeah, you guys are doing good, but I want you to think a little bit more about your characters' backstories. A quick write-up of how they got to be where they are today, motivations, traumas, and harrowing experiences that molded them into who they are. You know, truly give them a voice to stand out, something unique. This should be super easy for you, Tucker. Oh, hell yeah! I have, like, a whole binder full of that stuff for my guy. Yep, you, mentioned that. Several times now. So, Megan and Daniel, right? Yeah, I'd just go by Danny, though. Cool, so this one will be mainly for you on account of your character basically being one of the starter templates. I slink into my seat, still feeling guilty for not having come with an original character in mind like everyone else. Fortunately, Duke had brought some printout templates in case something like that happened. Give me a moment. Need to hydrate. The party needed a character that could take a lot of damage, so I chose the basic, fully armored warrior dude and gave him a little scarf. Duke stands, putting away his special Dungeon Master's view blocker thingy and sliding a few sheets of paper our way across the table. Grabbing one and skimming it, the page lists background details to consider for character writing in bullet point format. I guess I have to address each one of these? That'll take some time, but it's not like I'm pressed for that lately. I give Duke a nod and... Alright guys, it's about time I headed on out myself. Definitely excited for the stuff I've got in mind for next time. Catch you later and send me an email if you have any questions or ideas. Duke pushes his chair in and promptly disappears around the bookcase, heading toward the stairwell. Oh, time to buzz off then, huh? See ya, dudes. Gotta get in my uniform for my shift at 4. Have fun at work. Bye, everyone. Megan quickly collects her things, trying to catch up with Duke. Tucker follows suit. This must be how my high school teachers felt when the bell rang. I had a few more questions about my character sheet, though I guess it would probably be better said in an email rather than making everyone stay late. Duke had booked the meeting space on the top floor of the library from 12 to 3:30 p.m. every Wednesday. It's already 3:28 according to my phone. The time slot was the only one he could get that didn't conflict with any of our schedules. Well, their schedules. Mine's wide open. Hello, Mask.
Hi, gay.
If you go to miscellaneous, you'll see one of the dateable
Oh, I saw.
options. Good.
I was at a traffic light. And they opened up and immediately started jorking it, you know?
You shouldn't do that while you're driving.
Eh.
With a little
There's no
grunt, I
lagoon
brace
on the
myself
road.
on the edge of my seat and push my body up. I shift my hips over and settle my butt back into my wheelchair.
Oh, so we're
An
not
easy enough
menstruating.
transfer.
We're just disabled.
I think so. Nowadays, I only have trouble with the swivelly office chairs. Swinging my pack over the backrest and clasping onto the... Swinging my pack over the backrest and clasping on the safety strap over my midsection, I push my way off toward the elevator. The library is at least 80 years old, but recent renovations have made it a heck of a lot more maneuverable. In theory, at least. The place was packed when we got here, all the tourists and townsfolk checking out the latest renovations. It wasn't so much that the crowds were major obstacles or anything, more so the fact that they parted like the Red Sea when I got even a little bit close. I appreciate the courtesy, though there's something about the way everyone just has to stop what they're doing and stare at me until I've passed that makes me feel, well, not great. Still, this place is pretty dope, with fancy black brick floors and sunset gradient carpets in the reading areas. Plus, there's even a... What are those commands you're trying to do?
I was wondering if I put an exclamation point before anything, if it would hide it from the embed
it does,
on the
apparently.
stream. Yeah.
I guess it's because that's Nightbot's, That's Nightbot's little, tag.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
Now I can say all the things I want.
No. How do I delete that one message?
I'm kidding. I love gay people, and by that I mean I love myself. The rest of y'all are on your own. Well, you know, you learn a new thing every day.
Please do not abuse this privilege, all of you, or I will come down on you.
No, don't go down on me. Oh my god.
Plus, there's even a family video game and movie rental area, all made up to look like one of those retro blockbuster stores, complete with popcorn.
Popcorn. I'm not laughing at you. I would never do that. That'd be so rude.
Cookie Cat, do not tell them to abuse it. I might actually get a library card and check it out sometime. It takes me about 4 times as long to get outside as...
The only thing that makes it funny is the silence after. Where I'm just imagining you banging your head against your desk.
There have been a couple of times where I've literally banged my head against my microphone.
Mm.
Luckily for the stream, my microphone has nice soft padding, so it isn't actually hurting. It takes me about 4 times as long to get outside as it does everyone else, so they're all long gone. They're all gone by the time I'm on the sidewalk. Well, except for Wazzy, who is standing by the curb staring at his cell phone. He looks pretty young, so I'm not surprised he doesn't have a car of his own like Tucker and Duke. Megan rides her bike. I'm 90% sure he notices me, but he doesn't look in my direction. I lean back in my seat, tapping at the edge of my wheels. No sign of Dad yet. So, Wazzy, right? The reaction to me greeting him is almost like a wince, his shoulders visibly tensing. Kill me now. Just somebody kill me now. He turns, facing away from me. Oh, come on, really, dude? My heart starts to sink. The same horrible, self-conscious feeling I get going out in public is now hitting me in full stride. The sooner I get back home to my room, the better. Yeah. He responds a good 10 seconds after I'd asked the question, still not bothering to look at me. Sup? I'm also stuck waiting here. Didn't mean to bother you. Huh? Oh. It's okay, just talking to online people. He holds up his phone, actually turning to look at me for a moment. Well, my lower half. Or lack thereof. Yeah, they finally got Wi-Fi in the library. Kinda nuts it took this long. And again with the silence. Maybe I should just pull out my phone too, pretend I'm texting. It's what I used to do at parties when I didn't really want to talk to anyone, but also wanted to avoid looking like a skeeve. Yeah, wasn't the point whole... Yeah. Wasn't the whole point of me joining this tabletop group to get out in the world and talk to people again? I'm way out of my element and my social skills are rusty as heck. These forced conversational situations don't come naturally to me like they used to. It's not like the skate park where you can wave at somebody and start shooting the crap about where they got their deck and what sort of tricks they can do. We spent the last few hours pretending to be someone else without ever actually getting to know each other. It's weird. Sorry. He shifts his weight from one Converse sneaker to the other, sliding his phone into his pocket. I'm not good with speech. Oh, no worries, man. I lie, having worried plenty. ESL, English, second language? Surprisingly, he smirks. What makes you think that? Your complexion. We live in Arizona. A third of the population is like that.
Ew,
Hi.
Arizona. Like where Bella Twilight
Scratches
comes
his
from?
jaw. I don't have that excuse. Just, something else. He swirls his hands, gesticulating as if trying to speak with them. All the while, he's completely avoiding eye contact. Gotcha. This is Red Pokemon. He's autistic. I don't really... But I'm not gonna pry on you or... I don't, really, but I'm not gonna pry on you or nothing, man. There's not much to say. But, what's up with, Going to pause for the ad break.
Oh my god, you can't just ask people why they're legless. What's his character?
His character is... Dagnat the Orc?
Oh, that checks out.
I forgot to screenshot him.
That would make sense because orcs are already known to not talk very well. At least in, like, generic fantasy setting. Like, the default assumption is that they just can't be speaking, so... See, what's the name of this game again?
A role to play.
Yeah.
I think it was one... I think it was one you suggested, actually. I
Yeah.
have to double check. Oh, yes, it was.
Oh, that... Wait. I don't know which
You
one
said-
is an orc.
Um,
Short or tall?
it's the... Short. The green one below, the man
I'm on the cover
octopus.
art. I got it.
He gestures toward me, specifically the absence of both my legs. Oh, the Oh, the double amputee thing. Hard to not notice it. You're telling me, man. Glad I'm not the shortest one around for once. Yeah. Admittedly, I'm not really at the point where I really talk casually about my situation, so I'm probably looking very awkward right now. I changed the subject. I think Tucker was shorter than you. He's pretty stout. Yeah, that's true. Surprised he didn't play, what are they called? Dwarves? Isn't playing as someone who isn't like you the point? He shrugs. Lozzie's probably wondering why this handicapped idiot in front of him keeps asking him questions right after he said he sucks at talking. Still, I can't exactly just go back to the awkward silence, at least willingly. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Duke gave us these homework sheets to complete before the next session. They're supposed to help us flesh out our characters, make them a bit more three-dimensional. traumas, backstories, spicy love affairs, that kind of thing.
I should do one of those for Ariana.
I reach into my pack, wheeling my way over a little closer to show him the handout. Spicy love affairs? He squints at the sheet. I may have made that one up. Yeah, I don't see Dag getting laid. Was doing my thing, the character sheet with Duke. Had to assign skill points. I got a 2 in strength. So he came out real wimpy-like. That shit doesn't, bode well in orc culture. I can't help but snicker a bit. The dude seems super shy, but then says stuff like that. He's also speaking more. Still with awkward pauses every now and then, but not nearly as bad. I liked his catchphrase. My one line of dialogue? Fuck. Couldn't get much else out with Tucker's half-naked tentacle monster chewing all of the scenery. What did he call his race again? An elder... or... different person. What did he call his race again? An elder flayer? He nods. With a six-pack and nipples. He showed me some of the commissioned art that he had in his thing, the binder. When everyone was getting their character sheets checked over by Duke, Tucker had this ginormous binder with his character's name on it. Apparently he'd been writing stories about him for over a decade. However, his character's race wasn't one of the selectable ones for players. It was an enemy type only. Duke wasn't going to allow it at first, though we all got the impression that Tucker probably would just straight up leave if he couldn't play as a squid dude. So Duke relented, and it was apparent he was steamed about it. Yeah, I saw. He looked kind of cool.
Interruption.
Like something from the...
You, as a DM, how would you react if someone had that situation?
Oh, this is just something that happened in my Saturday game. I said outright one particular race was banned, and then somebody came to me with a concept based around that particular race, and I was just like, I don't want to make you have to do work, so fine, okay. Or do more work, so fine, okay. You're... whatever. I tend to just, like, if somebody comes at me with enough enthusiasm and excitement, I just bowl over. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's, like, completely unreasonable, like, say, I want to play three separate player characters in the same party.
Yeah.
Like something from the cover of an old metal album. The lack of armor or clothing in general wasn't doing him any favors during that first fight, though. Wazzy cants his head some in my direction before looking away again. Yeah. Thank goodness for you, big metal man. He puts on a bit of a voice, making half-hearted finger guns. Tankin' and spankin'. He put his sexuality on his character sheet, too. He shifts the topic back towards Tucker and his character. Said he liked chicks and guys. Huh. I exhale, leaning back in my wheelchair. I slip down a bit so that the back of my head lies against the top of the backrest. I'm not sure how open I should be around here. Mesa Verde is pretty hippy-dippy, so it ain't like I gotta worry too much about gay-bashing stuff. It's more so that I don't know how confident I am about talking on...
You're doing great.
Thank you. It's more so that I don't know how confident I am about taking on that kind of sexual labeling. After everything that's happened, I can barely look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't feel any less sexy if I tried. Crap, now I'm the one creating the awkward pauses. Noting my silence, Wazzy clears his throat and speaks up again. Which, makes sense. Because, like, in the flyer thing, the advertisement for the tabletop group, it mentioned it was LGBT-friendly. Duke even put a big rainbow on it. Yeah. Sorry, still kind of new to this whole role-playing thing. My dad has been wanting me to get out of the house for a bit. He saw that flyer and it was either this or ceramics. Fuck ceramics. You made the good choice. I snirk. What about you? Why are you here? Wazzy rolls his phone in the palm of his hands as he ponders that question, or at least while he tries to pick out the right words to use to respond to me. Long story, but sort of same as you. Dad pushed me into it. I'm surprised people still play tabletop like this. He nods in the direction of the library. You can do it all online now. Maybe it's just like an old person thing? If I remember right, Duke's 27.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
like I said, old person thing. Ouch. My phone goes off in my pocket. It's a text from Dad. I'll be there to pick you up in just a sec. Okay.
Not with the period at the end.
Full stop. I love that. Meanwhile, one of the passing vehicles slows to a stop down the block and abruptly pulls over toward the edge of the sidewalk. It looks like a souped-up golf cart. Like one of those off-roading types you take up to the mountains. I hear they roll over all the time and squish people. Wazzy turns, hopping off the curb without a word and heading toward it. I can't really see his dad too well due to the angle I'm at, but he seems like a pretty huge dude. He's got his hoodie up and some kind of skull print COVID mask or something on.
Oh, I saw him on the page.
Definitely Walmart at midnight vibes. Oop. Quite a contrast with Wazzy. Goodbye. Wazzy slows, then stops, and finally pivots on his heel to face me. He swallows, struggling to get the words out. Did Captain Antu get a goodbye? When you left him to die? I blink, frowning as I feel myself naturally get defensive. I'll have you know I saved the princess, Tentacle Man, and your green buck back there. I deserve plenty of goodbyes. Upon reflection, that's a really weird thing to say. Wazzy reaches into his pocket, withdrawing his cell phone and handing it down to me. Put in your number. What? Dude keeps sending group emails, but they're going to my thing. Another pause. My spam folder, yeah. I let out a sharp puff of air, tapping at the contact screen and putting in my information. I give him back his phone, Wazzy grunting and adjusting his oversized sleeves. Wazzy, you gonna get in or what? Move your fucking ass. His dad's bassy voice seems to rumble the concrete, cutting through the relative quiet. A few peds a block away turn their heads to gawk.
A few what?
Pedestrians.
Oh!
Wazzy thins his lips, appearing a tinge mortified as he pushes down the brim of his cap. I quickly hand him back his phone. It's, in there, under the name Hardsey. He does a sort of half nod, stuffing his hands into his pockets and speed-walking his way back to the fancy golf cart. When you work at a skate park as long as I did, you see plenty of high school kids come around with some pretty messed up domestic situations. Bruises, cuts, heck, even burns that can't really be attributed to a couple of hours trying to do kick flips off the fun boxes. Kids would sneak off to the park. Hang on, I want to check something. Kids would sneak off to the park with barely a couple dollars in their pockets and their cheapo big box store boards to try and escape things, at least temporarily. Welcome back,
Blondie.
Hey. I'm probably not going to be around for too long. I need to feed the cat soon.
I see. Every once in a while, the parent or step-parent would usually drive on by and find them, then things got nasty. They'd threaten us at the board shop with all sorts of legal action, or if they were the rougher sort, more physical retribution. Ultimately, though, whatever they yelled at us about would pale in comparison to what the kid would get at home. Most of the time, we'd never see them again. Looking at Wazzy now and the way his dad is acting, it's at least a little familiar. Part of me wants to interject, to say something, maybe at least try to take the edge off whatever's going on. Yet I'm keenly aware of what I look like these days, and as the aches from this morning tingle around my hips, I'd much rather just go home. 10 minutes later, Dad picks me up and we head back toward the house. Also, Mulch, you were right. We are wheelchair bound.
I thought so.
Seems to be a running gag because the guy I was talking to is speech disabled, so.
Or possibly autistic. He was not really making eye contact.
Yeah.
Gosh, you know, they just said it would be a light rain on the news this morning. Dad stares out the window, squinting up at the dark clouds floating overhead. And here I thought I was going to have some time to work on the VW. He lets the curtain he'd been holding fall back into place, keeping the window open just a crack. Gotta let in all that humid, ozone-y air. This sort of weather is pretty rare this time of year, after all. So, was everything at the library pretty nice? He turns to look at me. Yeah, that's good. Were there a lot of kids your age? Dad, I'm 20 years old. Hey, that's still kid territory. At least by contrast to me. It was kind of a spread. Mid to late 20s, I think. One of them was a teenager, though. He seemed pretty young. Gotcha. I wish I could have gone in there with you, checked out the new renovations. You don't remember this, but back when this was still your grandmother's house, we used to take you there for the Saturday storytime sessions they held. They had this big terracotta reading room with children's stories dating back to the pioneers' days. Including a bunch that were written right here in Mesa Verde. You loved it! Well, up until the librarian lady dressed up as a clown for that circus story and you wouldn't stop crying. Speaking of ages, any plans for your birthday next week? The question feels almost cruel. Why would I have any plans? You know I wouldn't have any. I've barely left the house since I came home from the hospital a year ago. I don't know, maybe I'll make lemon bars or something if we still have the ingredients. That sounds like fun! And maybe a couple shots of vodka. Oop. Yeah, you know what, I'll follow them.
What?
Oh, I accidentally clicked follow Echo Project.
Who?
The
The
developers
developers.
of this.
Ah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
I don't have the visual novel full screened, so occasionally I've been clicking off the window.
For more big beast pussy in the future.
Of course.
You know?
No. You shouldn't even joke about that kind of thing. It's a really nasty habit. Okay, I'm sorry. It's glorified on TV and the internet nowadays, but it's been a serious source of hardship for quite a number of your relatives.
What is?
Did you know that over 6% of all deaths worldwide
Alcoholism.
are caused by alcohol?
Yeah.
Plus, you could have an addictive personality and not even know until you try it. I thin my lips, not about to let my dad know that I did take part in some casual drinking in college. Or the fact that I'm probably only 2 hours away from breaking down to an eye-watering curled-up state due to the lack of pain pills in my system. I wouldn't really call that an addiction, though. More like medically prescribed coping. Right, yeah, was just kidding. I idly pushed the wheels of my chair forward a few inches, then rolled it back, repeating the motion as I watched the rain pound the porch sliding door. Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. I didn't mean to make you upset. I stopped, glancing over. Oh, huh? Nah, I'm fine. We'll figure out something fun, yeah? He smiles reassuringly. I smile back, thinking for a second. I saw they stocked up the library with this new rental section. It's got all sorts of movies and video games. Maybe we can pick up a library card? I'm pretty sure it's all free. You know, technically nothing like that is free. It's all paid for by our tax dollars, and... He stops himself. It sounds like a fantastic idea, Danny. Though I'm surprised you've already burned through the ones I got you for Christmas. Yeah, it's crazy. I mutter, not like I've had much else to do. Maybe you could spend some of that time polishing up your resume a bit? He teases, walking over toward the fridge and pulling out a carton of this weird, prickly pear cactus fruit juice he picked up at one of the swap meets in Cottonwood. It has a transparent mauve color to it that makes it look like medicine. Super bitter on its own, but if you dump a ton of sugar into it, it's kinda bangin'. I push myself closer, Dad looking over at me with a raised brow. Oh, you want some? Yes, please. He nods, fetching me a cup from one of the higher shelves. Ice or no ice? Ice. How much? A little? A lot? About half the cup. That's a lot. I shrug. And 4 sugar cubes. He finishes filling the cup with the ice and juice, pausing some at my request. That's too much. Huh? It's never been a problem before. 4 sugar cubes, Danny, for a cup of juice? Really? I thought that was just a one-time thing. It tastes gnarly without it. Like black coffee. I know it's supposed to be manly and stuff, but I never enjoyed drinking unsweetened drinks like plain coffee. I got kinda spoiled by that fancy cocoa mocha stuff they had back on campus by my dorm. Well, I don't add 4 sugar cubes to a cup of coffee. It's a big cup. He holds up the aforementioned. It's one of those University of Arizona cups with a big letter A on one side and the Wildcat mascot on the other. It came with my college acceptance letter, that and a t-shirt, which I've got on under my hoodie. Danny, this is a normal-sized cup. He proceeds to grab the box of sugar cubes from the cabinet above the microwave, putting 2 of the cubes in the drink before handing it down to me. Thanks. I take a drink of that bitter purple juice. I probably should have just asked for water. So some lemons, milk, and eggs for the lemon bars, and a library card. Anything else you want for your birthday? Reasonably priced, of course. Of course. I glance over at the stack of builds next to my dad's laptop in the dining room. Dad's basically turned it into his study. He spends half his weekends in there these days. After he's done, he's always in a sour mood. I try to think of something cheap, rotating the cup and feeling the condensation start to seep through the plastic onto my hands. I need one of those big mega gulp cups, like the kind you see truckers with. Well, if I got you one of those, you'd never come downstairs for refills, would you? Yes. I puff out my cheeks, making a show of turning to look over at the creaky wooden stairway that leads up to my room. And that's a bad thing, why? Well, I do enjoy seeing you out of your room every now and then. It's not healthy being cooped up there all the time. Getting a little frustrated, I end up giving Dad a bit of a look as I move over toward the stair lift at the base of the staircase. It's one of the older models, from 1990, I think. One of the little blessings of Dad inheriting this place is that Grandma also had mobility issues. The downside is that, unlike some of the newer models, these lifts move slower than molasses and make an insane racket. The vibration from the little motor that powers the lift reverberate through the entire house. That, combined with my messed up sleep schedule, has left Dad more than a little irked when I try to come downstairs in the middle of the night, especially with all the hours he works now. Grabbing the railing, I push myself up to the point where I'm doing somewhat of a handstand, the rest of my body wobbling as I try to swing myself up and over onto the lift. I don't exactly stick the landing and end up crumpling into a half ball on the seat, my head wedged beneath the armrest. See? Not the easiest. When I finally look at Dad, he's making a face. Not really one of sympathy or anything. It's like he's cringing. I stop laughing, looking away as I push myself upright. I don't know why he's making that face at me. Checking the floor, I'm pretty sure I didn't spill my drink. Hey. When I look back, he's smiling again, no trace of that strange expression. I'm gonna let you get settled in upstairs with your games and such, and in a couple hours, we can warm up some spaghetti. How does that sound?
Some piscati.
Sounds good. I fish around for the switch at the base of the chair, flicking it on to begin my slow ascent. Thank you.
Pause, interjection. Do we know how Danny lost his legs?
No. We didn't even know he had lost his legs until he mentioned he was a double amputee.
This is a little sad.
Yeah. Once we hit 2:30 my time, we're going to be moving to the next one. But I think, because we don't have anything set for day 3 beyond Cryptid Crush now, we'll return to this one.
Okay.
Because this is a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah. Go ahead. You first.
After swinging by the bathroom to take my meds, I finally get back to my room. My window is still open a crack from this morning, and a little puddle has formed on the sill around my platter of succulents. Or, well, my dad's platter. He keeps buying me cacti. Not that I mind. They're kinda cool, I guess.
Alright, I gotta go feed the cats.
Alright, goodbye, Mulch.
I'll be back.
Of course. Originally, this was my grandma's workroom. It was filled to the brim with yarn, fabric, unfinished quilts and jumpers, a knitter's nook. The other spare bedroom had water damage, so after my accident, Dad ended up moving me in here. Funnily enough, the only place wide enough in here to put my bed was the closet, so now I basically sleep in a glorified cubby. It took some getting used to, but now I can't imagine sleeping any other way. Surrounded on all sides, it's cozy as heck. Plus, he got a spare TV from one of his coworkers at the airstrip, so I can stream movies and such whenever I want. My old roommate finally managed to send my TV from college over a couple weeks ago as well, so now I've got that in the main non-closet part of the room. I've been mainly using it to play console games while I listen to podcasts or music on my computer. With my own bathroom just a door away, I have basically everything I need up here, sans food and drink. Rolling on over to my couch, I promptly slip out of my chair and lay flat on my belly upon the cushion. I barely did anything today, but I feel exhausted. I ache everywhere, though the pills are starting to take a bit of the edge off. Usually I take a nap right about this time of day to pass the time until dinner, but I remember my homework from earlier and lazily tugged my chair over to get at my backpack. Okay, let's see here. I look over the worksheet, clicking the top of my pen. First question, what is your character's favorite food? My first instinct is to write down spaghetti, as it's my personal favorite and already on my mind, but this dude isn't me. Heartsy is kind of a stalwart duty type. He probably doesn't get much luxury food. Did
Potatoes.
pasta even exist in medieval times? I think, trying to consider what types of food someone in his position would actually have eaten throughout his life. While picking bread might be a kind of a cop-out choice, maybe he secretly enjoys honey, like a down-low sweet tooth. They had beekeepers back then, after all. Apiaries or whatever. I scribbled down honey, one question down. And with that, we're going to pause. For now. We'll come back to this next week. Oh, I love this. Look at that.
Oh, that's adorable.
Look at that. I'm going back to history. Oh my god. Look at the screaming little orc.
Man.
Oh, and
You know, you gotta love a story that very clearly draws from, like, personal experience. And that makes it so much better.
yes. I think that's one of the reasons why we'll return to this. Also, I am not a goblin.
Man, I should do, like, miscellaneous character. How do I put it? Not like a character sheet, because I kind of did that. But stuff like that, where it's like, what's her favorite food? What's her favorite... I can't say song, but... Granted. I guess it is Final Fantasy XIV, so what is to stop Taylor Swift from existing in Eorzea? They even have blonde women. Like, human blonde women. She could be there. Con Senna. The Taylor Swift of Eorzea.
I'll look at the,
Damn. I was about to say Cookie Cat, based on name, would be, like, some sort of, like, Mikote or Neko, but, like, we already have one. And, you know, we can't double up on our races here at Avernus Hytherian Incorporated. So...
Alright, let me get, I think we'll do Aelfric the Wondrous next, since that's the one you were excited for, Max.
That's the one I want. I've claimed Viera because I learned male Viera exists and can have facial hair and have to live in solitude forever for some reason. So I find that so funny that I will be keeping it for myself. I will be the
Oh my god,
diversity
this
hire
also
Viera
has a
that's not
category.
femboy. Oh,
Given
category
the fact
on
that,
Twitch. Gotcha.
yes, given the fact that last week we didn't have categories for 2 of our 3 visual novels, this is quite
Jojo
I'm glad I had not.
Siwon coaster. You can't just say that. Is karma a bitch? Much to consider. The lore implications, you know? Does Jojo Siwon invent a new genre called gay pop? And there are dancers in Eorzea. Okay. We can have Madonna. You know?
Quick question.
Yeah.
For those on Twitch, is the sound of the game coming through? I want to make sure everything's coming through right. Perfect. Alright,
it's roughly a similar volume that I can hear on my end. Well, very Dragon Quest opening.
Indeed. Alright, let's start.
White boy jump scare.
I am Aelfric von Claymont. I was born into this world with the singular goal of defeating the Demon King. I am blessed with charming good looks, wisdom that rivals the great sages, and of course, the legendary sword, Bloodbane. Nothing stands between me and my quest, for even I love myself the way I am. Or so I thought. Is this really okay? My house is nearby. I don't want to bother the others. All right. Good grief, who knew the noble hero was such a lightweight? Unhand me! Release me this instant. I'm warning you, I'm... Aelfric von Claymont vomits on the poor villager. However, the villager is calm as though he deals with this scenario every day. You must be wondering how someone as dignified as a Claymont arrived at this situation. Upon defeating the Witch of the Great Plains, the townspeople saw fit to hold a celebration for yours truly. As expected, I had been awarded the town's finest riches, several women desired my hand in marriage, and my cup was full to the brim with ale. Shush you, Aaron, this is Dragon Quest, not Fire Emblem. Claymonts are predisposed to smiting foes, as well as alcohol intolerance, regrettably. In due time, Aelfric's vision grows dark and he passes out.
Flop.
The feeling is
Good
similar
music.
to being wiped out on the battlefield. Oh, I love this already. The hero awakens the next day, nursed back to full health. Blast, just where am I? Morning light seeps from the windows as Aelfric blinks. There's a villager across the room.
Your bottom's
Aelfric
health has been
vaguely-
restored. We hope to see you again.
Aelfric vaguely remembers talking to him at the bar before he was stricken by intemperance. He had rambled on about his previous jaunts. The knight had a habit of telling anything and anyone everything about his life, and announcing his presence regardless of whether it was necessary or not. Such as now, for example.
He's so mean.
Aha! So it was you who recovered me. I will not forget your kindness, sir. You shall be compensated handsomely. Handsomely in coin.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Excuse me, I
eventually.
must get up and refill my water. I'm sorry.
Consummated. Oh my god. It's great. Handsomely consummated. No, I mean, is he incorrect? Fucking stupid. Oh my god. Oh, did they drain me? Ugh. My life is so difficult. Yeah. And I love this game already. For those of you in the audience, I actually specifically requested that he not play this until I got off work. So this is, although I did recommend the D&D one, this is the one that I ended up wanting to see the most. So you can thank me for both. Anyway, what to do to stall? Let's see. Question for the audience, because I wasn't here, I was driving. What was your favorite, character from the previous game? Is there anyone that stuck out that I should look up? Well, yeah, I do want to smack him just because he looks like Ferdinand. And I love Ferdinand von Eyre. But also, if I had the ability to physically harm him, I wouldn't pass it up, right? But that's born out of love, of course. Of course. Guys, one of you need to remind me to bully Avernus into making me a mod so I can just do an actual poll. Instead of this. I like the idea of the Mind Flayer guy, but also he sounds fucking annoying based on the whole, I must play this character in this game. But I don't know. Maybe they're just people like that. Granted, I'm imagining if I couldn't play my specific character of either Ariana or Astraeus. I would lose it? Perhaps. So I get it. I get it. And I haven't been with her for a decade. Case study of Vanitas. Is that a game? Or is that like a case study of a character named Vanitas? Like Kingdom Hearts? I know that's stupid to say, but also, random side note for y'all. Taylor Swift is playing in Liverpool, and I don't think she knew it was fucking cold there, because her show tonight is 13 degrees Celsius, the entire show, which is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freezing. Her outfits do not cover all that much. Not to mention the crowd. Maybe ambient body heat from the crowd. I don't know. If you guys have ever been to a concert, does the crowd warm you up?
Hello.
Oh,
I am
there you are.
returned.
I've been
Aelfric
entertaining
wobbles
them.
out. Oh, thank you. Aelfric wobbles out, hungover, and falls flat on his face. He doesn't feel it, not really. He's quickly hoisted back onto the mattress, and it's the villager helping him up. Aelfric can't help but notice the veins on the man's burly arms. Not so fast. Your armor still needs to dry since you...
Are you
it
doing
needs
times
to
right?
dry. Yes.
Oh my god.
Aelfric watches the villager as he pulls up a chair and leans back. He takes off his hat and wipes away a bead of sweat with the back of his hand. Aelfric had never caught a good glimpse of the villager's face before, but now he's sure to remember it. There's a sprinkle of freckles over sun-kissed skin, framed by a wide, rounded jawline. To Aelfric, the most striking feature are his eyes. I can appreciate a good-looking man. That is not to say this villager is an ethereal beauty. He's kind of plain, really, but then again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The villager cuts away into an apple with a small knife and offers Aelfric a slice. Here. My folks always used to say apples were as good as any medicine. So help yourself, I've got plenty.
That makes so much sense.
The villager eats an apple slice himself. These are very sour. Not good for a hangover. Aha, is that so? The inn was far away and you didn't look too good. I hope this is alright. This is more than alright. What a noble man. But that is why I cannot bear to be in this situation. How humiliating to be seen in my weakest state. That is why I must. Aelfric flees.
Real quick,
Oh.
I would like to be gay for 1 minute. I had the incredibly homoerotic vision of the farmer slicing off the apple slice with his extremely sharp knife, then stabbing the slice on the knife, and then feeding it to Aelfric off the knife, and him licking it off the blade. So there you go, as a gift for you all. You may continue.
One moment.
I mean, I can keep talking about homoerotic imagery if you need to stall.
I just wanted to let a friend know that I'm taking inspiration from their D&D character for the voice I'm trying to do for Aelfric.
Thank you, Coaster. Someone sees it.
I see the vision. It's a good vision.
Thank you, but
I
you're
was just
required
typing
to
at
see
the
the
time.
vision.
After thanking the villager profusely and crashing into several chairs on the way out, Aelfric dons his armor and departs. His heart is palpitating in a way it never has before. This is not the same rush of adrenaline and thrill he feels from fighting monsters. More than that, he cannot get the image of the man's kind eyes out of his mind.
Really making this
When I
more
return, I
risky
shall be a
job.
changed man. Just you wait. Just a minute. What was that man's name again? Ah, blast.
Mr. Villager.
Give me a moment. I have obtained food.
Ew. What kind of food?
Burger.
Oh. Filthy American.
I know.
I had the fun ethnic treat of
Ow.
cold pizza. So that will be how I'm claiming
college student.
superiority. Shut up. And or die. Take your pick. I'm simply a little man.
No fighting in chat.
There's fighting in chat? Keep fighting. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, kill him. I like Coaster Ranger, but you know what? I think the entertainment of him dying violently to a small cat is better than any value he provides. So I love that counter argument. I like fighting, though. Wait a minute. Have you thought about me? No. Bayonet's kicked my ass again. Ernest, if you don't finish eating that cow ass a little bit faster, I will lose it.
I'm so glad the waterways aren't poisoned anymore. Ever since the witch was defeated, it's been so peaceful. I find it odd how no one thought to take care of the witch before that Aelfric guy. I mean, she's been around for probably 100 years. Let me tell you, Winnie, if I wasn't a farmer, I would have killed her myself. With what? A shovel? Oh, you know, a proper sword. The sword only knights wield. Uh-huh, sure, Edmund.
Edmund?
Oh, speak of the devil. Winnie
Like
points
the hit
to a
game
figure
Fire
in the
Emblem Three
distance.
Houses?
Aelfric's there, trotting along his white stallion into the village. His hair catches the sun like gold and makes him insanely easy to pick out from a crowd. Ho, good citizens! I have returned. Oh my god, look! It's Sir Aelfric! He's so handsome! The way his cape billows in the wind is so dreamy. He just made eye contact with me! With a hearty laugh, Aelfric throws a handful of petals in his wake. The village girls scramble to claim them. It seems that everywhere he goes, his adoring fangirls follow. I don't get it. Can't they see he's full of himself? Does he just carry rose petals wherever he goes? Wait, Edmund, shush, he's coming our way. Greetings, good citizens. I am looking for a man of the utmost profile. Good day, Sir Aelfric. Could it be that you're looking for Father Lester, the Archivist of Holy Rites? I hear he's deeply involved with the search for the Demon King. No, I am looking for a man of less, religious origins. Oh, Mayor Barrymore did mention there's a nasty demon horde at the Salt Crystal Caves. You should go there immediately. No. My inquiry has no relation to the Demon King. I should like to know for personal reasons. The man I am looking for is a villager. Yes, a villager! Edmund exchanges a look with Winnie. But sir, we are all villagers. Is that so? Very well, I have no choice but to inquire every man who fits the description. With that, Aelfric marches away. Winnie, is it just me or is he insane? Rumor has it that Rumor has it that Sir Aelfric talks to everyone he sees at least once. I guess for those noble types, it's not unusual. There's nothing usual about him, period. Water. It went down the wrong pipe. Surely that villager is here today, undoubtedly working the fields. Dutiful as he is. Aelfric scours the fields for each and every farmer. The only clue he's got is that the man was wearing a straw hat, so he rocks... So he walks across the rows of crops to get a closer look. No. Absolutely not. Was it? No, impossible. I will find that man even if I must be here all day. I must have seen every part the bumbling drunkard that night. I ought to set my reputation straight. Deep in thought, Aelfric absent-mindedly trips on a rock. Ah! Are you okay? Aelfric expects to have fallen onto the ground, but instead finds himself in someone's arms. Aha, you! Startled, the villager lets go of him. Sorry? It's you! Ever since that day, the fever that inflicted me has never gone away, and it is all your doing. You should probably go see a doctor for that. Aelfric smirks and reaches into his bag. He's shuffling for a bit, and what emerges is a beautiful bouquet of flowers. He presses it into the villager's hands. Ha! Enough pleasantries. To whom do I owe the pleasure? Oh,
I'm back.
Conrad, sir. Welcome back.
Oh, it's a different game.
Yes. Like I said, at 2:30 we were going to stop playing a role-to-play, but we will come back to it next week.
I know. When I was far away, it didn't look.
Mhm.
It looked like it was the same art style, so I thought.
Ah, it kind of does, yes.
Oh.
Instead, we are playing, We are playing Aelfric the Wondrous, and, this is our love interest.
I like him.
Yeah, his name is Conrad.
That's a good name.
A suitable name. I swear to protect you with my life. You need not be so formal with me. You can address me by name. Conrad examines the bouquet. Did you grow these yourself? They're freshly pruned. Indeed, straight from the soil of the Claymont Manor. Although Claymonts are born of heroic blood, my mother was a gardener. They're lovely flowers. You put a lot of care into them. Conrad pauses for a moment and frowns. But I can't take it. I'm sure it would be better if you gave it to someone else. Aelfric doesn't answer immediately, too distracted by the pleasant timbre of Conrad's voice. What? And why not? There is no one else I wish to give it to.
Is Mask still here?
Yes, he is.
Hey, man.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing this.
No, he wasn't dead. Hasn't said anything for a while. Am I cutting out?
A little bit.
Yeah.
How about now?
Better.
Not good though.
No, it's better.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you're cutting out anymore.
Okay. Gotcha.
Will you be here on the morrow? And the day after? Yep. Very well. I will be seeing you then. Farewell, Conrad.
So is the plot of this game some noble guy falls in love with the farmer and he's got to impress him and woo him?
Yes.
So
I love
after
that.
after he saved the village in some way or another, I think he beat a witch. There was a massive party for him, and all the women were fawning for him, the usual hero stuff. And he passed the fuck out.
Because he can't take a single drop of alcohol.
And the farmer saved him, Conrad, and nursed him back to health, fed him an apple homoerotically, and now Aelfric is gay and doesn't know how to do anything with that information.
Can I
So he's
criti-
returned to the village 3 days later.
Can I
to woo
critique this
him.
real quick? I think it'd be
Mhm.
I think it'd be cuter if he didn't nurse him back to health. If it was just love at first sight. If you just saw him and was oh, I love that guy.
Well, it
I
was
mean,
kind of love at
for
first sight.
Aelfric, it is.
That's true. I guess what I'm saying is that I like how his reaction to him being, to like getting a gift, the farmer's reaction was just, yep.
Yup.
Yep. So I like that because it makes me think that like, oh, his noble tricks aren't gonna work. He's gotta lower his cash, I guess. Question mark.
From a row over, Edmund watches the entire scene unfold. Did Sir Aelfric really profess his love to Conrad of all people? Knowing him, this isn't going to go anywhere. Conrad's just about the last person who'd fall for empty platitudes. He's at it again. From across the field, Aelfric stops Conrad in his tracks. He points to the ground where there's a large puddle, removes his cape, and lays it across the ground. Conrad shakes his head and walks around the puddle. Aw, how sweet! It's embarrassing. Oh my... We've got... Edmund is the homophobic girl.
Oh no.
Thank God. We always need one.
That's so funny.
Do you know that even when he's away, he sends Conrad letters and jewelry? Just who does Aelfric think he is? A delicate lady?
I just like the idea...
Oh,
sorry.
No, you go first.
I like the idea that Conrad just gets a jewelry and he's like, yep, nice! And he just puts it with the rest of the jewelries that he's been sending him. What I'm saying is that I think Aelfric is going the wrong way trying to woo him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
No, it's fun.
What were you gonna say?
He's eating his burger.
Normally in this situation, it'd be between a doe-eyed damsel and disgusting noble dandies like Aelfric. No matter how you look at this, it's not right. Aaron, don't. Do not curse this. Oh, Edmund, you're only saying that because no one's bothered to send you flowers. Poor thing. Am not.
Own zone.
Eventually, Aelfric is pulled away by his fans, and Conrad is finally alone. Winnie and Edmund go to accompany their friend. What does it feel like to be Sir Aelfric's favorite? Conrad scratches his chin. Isn't Aelfric like this with everyone? It's real nice of him to give me flowers, but I can't take something like that. People would get the wrong idea.
Oh my god.
Conrad, how dense are you? How do you explain the letters and jewelry? I did house him. I assumed it was payment. As much as I'd like to entertain that thought, it's so obvious that he's courting you, I'd just feel like an idiot. When Conrad doesn't reply or so much as react, Edmund relents. Well, maybe you're right. This could all be his idea of an elaborate joke. You two are so unromantic. I'm terrified to think of how you'd approach someone you actually like. Conrad, Aelfric's putting his whole heart into this. You should give him an answer.
Aelfric's putting his whole Aelfricy into this, okay? You
Yeah,
have to
really.
respect.
No, absolutely not. Even if Conrad does indulge him, it's not like it'll go anywhere. I've never heard of a noble settling for a farmer. I have. Your trashy romance novels don't count. Winnie falls begrudgingly silent. I'm sure he means well, but I think he's got the wrong idea, that's all. After several days of fruitless courting, Aelfric returns once more to the village. This time, instead of his usual attire, he's adorned in more civilian clothes. The legendary sword Bloodbane remains at his side. Despite his humble appearance, it's still very obviously the noble hero, Aelfric von Claymont. Also, Mulch, for your sake, I'm trying to do hearse when I do Aelfric's voice.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
Aelfric, sir, what are you still doing here? Haven't you already, I don't know, eradicated all the intrusive slime population in this area? Oh, I have embarked on no mere quest. Your bulletin claims there is a shortage of farmhands. Huh, is that right? As such, I have enlisted myself, and I am anticipating Conrad's ilk shall guide me through the process. Conrad's ilk? Wait, that's... Gods no. Ha! Are you perhaps jealous? No! Why are you pestering him when he already rejected you? I am merely offering my assistance, nothing more. You would stop me from volunteering? That's not what this is about, and you know it. I must be on my way, lest I arrive late to the orientation. Edmund, was it? From now on, please consider me as a part of the team. Not in a million years. I can't believe Sir Aelfric himself is here! We'll be eating carrots that were, like, planted with his hands.
Oh, eating. Okay.
Oh, good citizens, rejoice as I have brought gifts from the evergreen pastures. Aelfric throws a handful of wildflowers in the direction of the village fangirls and laughs. They squeal in delight. Aelfric, pay attention! Yes, sir. It's only Aelfric's third day, but everyone within earshot has already grown tired of this display. The farmers are supposed to be planting the new carrot field, not attending Aelfric's personal fan club. In the midst of Aelfric's training, he catches sight of Conrad and waves to him with a beaming smile. In doing so, he accidentally pours the mulch he's holding all over his shoes.
He poured the me!
When he notices, he frantically attempts to shake it off. He seems
Listen to
earnest
Taylor Swift
enough. Conrad and Edmund watch the commotion from a distance, and Edmund leans his chin on the staff of a pitchfork. Give it a week. Once he realizes he actually has to put in the hours, he'll bail. That's what all of these noble types are like anyway. They'll put on airs for a day and then spend the rest of the year patting themselves on the back for it. The way he thinks he can pose as a commoner is downright insulting. They watch as Aelfric jogs over to a nearby shed to grab something. It's our workload that's being taken off. That's assuming he doesn't mess it up. The two are quiet for a little while. The sound of farmers talking, birds chirping, and Edmund repeatedly kicking the tip of his shoe into the dirt fill the silence. I wouldn't be able to do it, the whole hero thing. Don't be fooled, I bet anyone could do it. You just need a fancy sword called Flood Drain or Wood Cane or something dumb like that. Edmund laughs at his own joke. It's not that easy. Not just the sword, but... Conrad gestures in the air as if to say everything. If it's so difficult, then why does he have so much free time to do as he pleases? Speaking of which, is he still harassing you with those letters? I sent one back. You what?
Man, this homophobic boy, this homophobic girl, our homophobic girl is starting to piss me off. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm hitting him with a broom.
I love him. He's so mean. He sees one rich man and immediately goes ballistic. You know what? Fair. He's so
I'm going
Dorothea.
to also say...
This is so Dorothea Ferdinand.
Yes.
You are like a
Aelfric
bee.
is Ferdinand coded.
He is Ferdinand coded, but Conrad isn't Dorothea coded. I'd agree.
Yeah.
Conrad is Leone.
Yeah, Conrad is Leone.
For some
Conrad is Dorothea.
Edmund
She's
is
not fucking
Dorothea.
around.
Edmund is Dorothea. Conrad is Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edmund.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
The
some
homophobic
reason, a
one.
small crowd... Yes. For some reason, a small crowd has started to form around Aelfric. One of the older farmers stands over him, face creased with displeasure. What are you doing, boy? That's not salt! Aelfric abruptly stops as small white grains spill out from his bag. Ah, this appears to be rice. What the... Who mistakes fertilizer for rice? Edmund, come and lend us a hand, would you? We need someone to take over from here. Edmund rolls his eyes and shoots Conrad a look. I told you so.
Yeah, you should have just assumed I was talking about Dorothea when I said the homophobic one. She is probably
yeah,
the best
yeah.
homophobic girl.
Fair enough. Ooh! Oh! Sorry, I just gotta. Oh, I glitched through the floor. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm good.
I can compare Aelfric specifically to Three Houses.
Yeah, no, this is
Watch your tone with me, Aaron. I will put you in timeout.
He will.
The next day, the rotation lands on Edmund and Aelfric to tend to the crops. This time, it's their turn to pull weeds in the freshly planted carrot fields. Edmund is situated across from Aelfric, with a row of carrot seedlings between them. Edmund has his hands over a weed, firmly over the base. This is something that even you can't mess up. Make sure you get the small weeds, too. Oh no! He's going to pull the carrots! Ugh, why am I stuck with him? The seniors are quick to shove us together just because we're the same age, but that doesn't mean we get along. Are you listening? Is this all? Oh, ad break.
Oh, shit. Wait, I don't have an ad break.
It says an ad break on my end.
Weird.
Are you ad blocking him?
No. I don't even use ad block, unfortunately.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
You just really like being advertised to?
No, I just...
You just really
I
like
don't-
being the median voter?
I don't want to take away, like...
He does it so he can,
So I don't take away from,
YouTube channels he likes.
yeah.
And it is quite a hassle to turn it off and on for those.
Yeah.
I have one bite of my burger left, so I'm gonna finish that right now.
Come on, come on! Fuck! Sorry, playing Doom 2016.
Oh.
Yeah, Coaster, you gotta stop being a penis. We're gonna put you in the timeout dimension, where 1,000 worms will, you know, they'll just do worm things. They're not gonna eat you or anything. They're just, you know, they're in the soil. We'll put, basically the timeout dimension is the worm dimension.
No, we just send you to a farm. You have to go to Stardew Valley.
Where you will then be forced to perform farming game tasks. Oh wait, hold on.
You'll be forced to play Junimo Kart.
Junimo Kart?
Is this all? Child's play. I shall finish this in half the allotted time. Okay, this isn't a game, it's a job. The two steadily pluck weeds and discard it into a sack. Despite what Aelfric says, Edmund works much more deftly than him. It's the kind of speed that comes from doing the same thing every day. He could do it blind, not that he wants to. Aelfric looks on as Edmund gets further along the row and the space between them widens. What? He barely looks as though he's broken a sweat. At this rate, I will be nothing but a burden to the farmers.
I need to shove my chainsaw in a guy. I need ammo.
Edmund is minding his own... Edmund is minding his own business when suddenly Aelfric approaches him, pulling the weeds at a rapid pace. He's plucking them so violently that the soil gets upended. What, Aelfric? This isn't some kind of race. Slow down, you're messing up the whole thing.
Real quick, I got...
Nonsense, I am nearly upon the next row.
I gotta agree with...
No! Huh?
I gotta agree with Cookie Cat. Coaster's just... If we send Coaster to the farm, he's just going to appreciate the hot men. That's not timeout.
Timeout does not have to be torture, it just has to be inconvenient.
Right, that's why the worm dimension is perfect. It's just worms. There's dirt and worms.
We're not sending him to Fear Factor.
You don't even have to touch the worms, they're in the dirt. It's like a super flat world in Minecraft.
No, do not get to the next row. Edmund tackles Aelfric and they roll over the seedlings. So violence is what it comes down to? You are jealous of me! You're not listening! Edmund has to physically haul Aelfric away from the fields to prevent further destruction.
There we go. Come here, you.
I'm congested.
Fuck.
Edmund has to physically haul Aelfric away from the fields to prevent further destruction. When the other farmers see them, Edmund is fuming and drags Aelfric along by the ear. Aelfric is offered
Usher.
Please, everyone kill me.
Why? What's up?
Because I said Ufford Osh.
Oh.
Aelfric is ushered off to the next task, but Edmund retires with a glass of water. How did it go? He's not fit for this kind of work. He's utterly harebrained. I don't know what's going on in that mind of his, but if he keeps this up, I'll throw him out myself. That bad? Why don't you take a look at the crime scene yourself? I don't have the patience for this. He may be some grand hero, but he's still a noble. And a stupid one at that. He doesn't belong here. In some ways, Edmund is right. For the first week, Aelfric struggles to keep pace with the rest of the farmers, and some of them are angry that he's distracting the village girls from work. Aelfric had some hopes of redeeming himself, but it's not even a day into the preparation of the new carrot fields when misfortune strikes. Oh, blast! Aelfric's wooden rake suddenly snaps at the point where the rake attaches to the handle. That was the rake Conrad lent me. How are things going? Ah, Conrad! This is not what it seems. I will have this equipment replaced forthwith. It's alright. Relax. Conrad kneels down to get a better look at the rake. How are you holding it before? Like so. Conrad thumbs over the broken rake. Oh, you need to hold it lower and put less pressure on it. What are you raking so intensely for? The slightly amused smile on Conrad's face causes Aelfric's heart to skip a beat. It was a beginner's mistake. I will have it replaced by the local blacksmith immediately. Such a flimsy tool has no place in the hands of a man such as yourself. If it were in my hands a moment ago, it would still be in one piece. You should be more careful with these things. Back then you also mentioned you would compensate me, but most people don't have the means to buy things back like this. Aelfric stares at Conrad for a moment before gesticulating wildly. Ah, that was not my intention. What I mean to say is I will be more careful. At times even I am unaware of how I may seem. However, the last thing I intend to do is to disrespect you. You must think me a child, but I do understand. Since embarking on my adventure, I have seen my fair share of scarcities. So when I make reparations, it is because I want to. I'm not carelessly giving out party favors. You don't have to worry about something like that. But I insist. I refuse. Conrad!
Yes.
In some ways, Edmund was wrong, too. After the first week, Aelfric remained as a farmhand. Is it just me, or does it seem like Edmund's in a worse mood than usual? Did he lose a bet? Oh, does it have to do with Sir Aelfric again? He must be angry that Aelfric farms better than him. I am angry because he can't do farm work. He's broken 3 tools in the span of a week. Why is he still here? That was a rhetorical question, by the way. I know why. Winnie's eyes dart to Conrad and then back to Edmund. The shorter man gets up and makes for his things. Hold on, you're leaving already? I have an early morning, and you have Conrad. But it's not the same without the 3 of us. Winnie's pouting, but Edmund leaves without a hint of remorse. After working in the fields, Conrad and Edmund visit Winnie during her shift. The trio often talk late into the night about recent gossip or news while Winnie sneaks them some free ale. They walk her home safe, and Winnie's boyfriend, Peter, sleeps easy. Conrad, did I tell you about that time I visited Peter at Patchertill? Conrad had heard the story hundreds of times, but he nods his head for her to continue. I made the day trip last weekend, and the first thing he does is surprise me with gifts. There were so many I couldn't carry it all. Isn't he the sweetest? Although a part of me wishes he sent more romantic things like flowers. You should have seen my reaction when I saw the axe. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? But I guess that's his way of saying I love you. Weirdly enough, it's how I know he's thinking of me and not some other girl, you know? So anyway, I'm at Hatchertill.
Drink.
People have begun to clear out of the pub as the night draws on. Winnie notices Conrad's empty cup and refills it. Isn't this your fourth drink? You don't even seem tipsy. It's only ale. Suddenly, the two hear a loud whistle from the other side of the room. Oi, darling, how about you refill my cup, eh? Hi, and that's not the only thing I want to see. Oh, sorry, Conrad, one moment. Winnie walks over to the drunkard with a pitcher. This is the last one, okay? On second thought, maybe it's time I send you home. Can you even stand? The drunkard suddenly grabs Winnie by her wrist. Wah! Come on, sweetheart. Not so soon. I can keep you company after closing. Fuck. Seeing the scene, Conrad grabs Winnie by the shoulders and pulls her away from the drunkard. He pulls her close to him and creates some distance between her and the drunkard. She's with me. Don't put your hands on her. Eep! The drunkard immediately moves away and stumbles out of his seat. My bad. I didn't know she was a taken bird, sir. Let's get out of here. After closing up shop, Conrad walks Winnie back home. He doesn't leave until she sets foot on her doorstep. Thanks for walking me back again, Conrad. I'm sorry you had to see that. He sure was a class act, wasn't he? There's nothing to be sorry for. I'm glad you're okay. You were so cool back there, thinking on your feet like that. Thanks to you, he probably won't be bothering me again. Let's keep it that way. I always feel bad for making you walk so far from home, especially now that you live on the other side of town. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Good night, Conrad. Good night. Secretly, Conrad prefers these night walks. The air is cooler and everything is calm. It's the sort of silence that can only occur past midnight. Or it's supposed to be, but Conrad sees a figure suspiciously roaming in the fields. A thief? It's too dark to see, but this wouldn't be the first time a few urchins decided to steal from the fields. Conrad approaches the suspicious person. They're a fair bit thinner, so Conrad takes his chances in a tussle and grabs the person's shoulder. Ah! In the span of a millisecond, Conrad's flipped on his side with a loud thump. He sees white, then the night sky, and realizes he's on the ground. For a moment, he thinks maybe lightning struck him. By the stars!
That was a bit of a rough jump.
A little bit.
I was expecting us to fade into, like, CG. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have... That was, like... That did feel like CG material.
Yeah. Okay, what the fuck? Why isn't the...
Conrad, you gave me a fright there. Aelfric? Blast, you're hurt, aren't you? My deepest apologies. Aelfric extends a hand and pulls Conrad up. You're a lot stronger than you look. Do you mean to say I look weak? I am the strongest there is. Oh, this is a hearse line. This is such a hearse line.
Yeah.
No, it's just the first time I've ever been thrown around like that. Why are you here? Ahem. I merely wanted to check on the crops. Seeing everyone working so diligently, it's clear I need to hone my own skills. Have a look. I was taking note which crops were in each field and the preparation required for them. That's a lot. Isn't it late for you as well? I have a friend who works late. I walk her home. As expected of a kindly, noble man. Now that I think about it, I also walked you back one time. Did you now? You don't remember? No! But you woke up in my house? The adventuring life involves waking up in strangers' houses far more than you can possibly imagine. I only pray that nothing deplorable occurred. At the tavern, you were drunk pretty badly. You told me about your adventure. Recited your poems, then you did it backwards, balanced spoons on your face. You said you'd do a handstand and laid on the ground for 10 minutes without moving. That's when I decided you needed to leave. I have no recollection of this. To think that Conrad was looking out for me so attentively. I could have sworn you only had a few drinks, so when you started vomiting, I was real worried. I cannot perish sooner. Conrad, how do you not resent me? I've seen nary a grimace pass your gentle visage. Most people would frown or scowl, even if they try their very hardest not to. Conrad shakes his head. Everyone gets out of sorts when alcohol's involved. And that night wasn't bad either. I liked listening to you talk. Hope that's not weird. Aelfric is thankful the night is so dark because his face is a laughable shade of crimson. It is getting rather late. I ought to turn in. We both have an early morning ahead of us.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Don't work too hard, Aelfric. There is no rest for the wicked. The Demon King knows not sleep, nor do I. Except for this night. Good night, Conrad. Aelfric makes a two-fingered salute as he leaves. It's very much like him. Conrad thinks about how different it is from Winnie's cheerful wave. Good night. Good morning. I pray the day is faring you well.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Sir Aelfric, hi! Oh my god, Sir Aelfric, good morning. Did you like the apple pie I baked for you yesterday? Why, of course, it was simply divine. Do you really mean that? This is the best day of my life. Before the villager can finish her sentence, her eyes glaze over and she faints. Aelfric instinctively grabs her before she falls over. Hey, what did I say about talking to the girls? You can say hi, but don't compliment them. Now back to work. You need to take over for her shift. As you say. Oh, hold on. She's always like this. If I could faint on command, that would be me in Sir Aelfric's arms right now. The villager girl carries off with her friend. It's so touching that Aelfric keeps up with his fans. Winnie, what are you doing here? The tavern's been pretty slow lately, so I wanted to see how you all were doing. There's nothing to see here, unless you want to see something horrible happen. There hasn't been a day where Aelfric didn't break, destroy, or mess something up. Oh, that's right, I remember you mentioning that. A couple of hours pass without a hitch.
Huh? What's going on?
Aelfric is as diligent.
Oh, sorry.
Aelfric is as diligent, if not more, than the other farmers, and appears perfectly decent at the job. Hold on. I was just asked about a recipe I use. Give me a second.
You're fine.
Mainly, I have to find where pancakes are in our family's Discord server for sharing recipes. There are channels for everything. It's very organized, but very hard to find anything at a quick glance.
Yeah.
Like a filing cabinet. Here's the pancake bin music. Done. He even offers to take the place of another farmer who had been struggling to move a wheelbarrow. Edmund, I can't believe you'd make up stories to make Aelfric look bad. Hey, I didn't make anything up. He really did break the equipment, but it's like he's improved overnight. Seeing Conrad going the same direction, Aelfric sidles up next to him. They're talking, but it's not as one-sided as it normally is. Conrad attentively nods his head. From where Edmund and Winnie are standing, his words are inaudible, but Aelfric suddenly starts laughing. Winnie and Edmund watch. Say, do you remember Conrad's last boyfriend? The one that was totally shifty and mean to the tavern staff? Ugh, I really didn't like him. What about it? Well, I was thinking if Conrad and Aelfric got together, it could actually work. No way! This looks the same to me. Conrad can't say no, and then he gets walked all over. But Aelfric's not manipulative. He's literally destined to save the world.
Fuck.
That's exactly the problem. Noble hero Aelfric falls in love with Conrad, and then what? Nothing, because he's a noble and Conrad's a man. That means there's no one who can inherit Bloodbane, and no one to fight the Demon King. Do you think people will just accept that? It would be doomed from the start.
It's called having
and
a
I don't
beard,
want him to,
Edmund.
you know, come to that realization. Assuming he even likes him. Oh, Edmund. What? I thought you hated Aelfric, but it turns out you only care about Conrad. For the record, I still don't like him. Whatever you say. Soon, Aelfric becomes a regular face at the village. He appears in the morning and works until dusk. Even on his days off, he's running around like a headless chicken. Delivering packages between people, buying and selling items, and killing monsters at the behest of the village people. It's a wonder why he hasn't carried on with his grand adventure, but his presence isn't unwelcome. Aelfric walks over to the stable to retrieve his white stallion for yet another fetch quest. But he hears an odd noise coming from the stables. It sounds like one of the horses is bucking from inside its pen. There's a farmer hunched by the stable door when he stands up, Aelfric realizes it's none other than Conrad. Given that we will not have very much time left if we continue this one,
We're gonna stop
and I
it
want
here?
to get to our third one, we're going to stop here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cute little detail.
What?
Level 99.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love when visual novels have little details like that.
Should have been level
So,
69.
It should have been. So, one moment while I get Blooming Panic up.
I know you hate Edmund, and that's fair, but I can guarantee you this plot would not work without a homophobic girl to
Yeah,
push
no.
the gays together.
No, I know. I'm just...
No, it's
Talking to
Cat.
Cookie Cat.
Oh.
No good gay fic works without at least a little bit of a homophobic girl. I know that because I write a lot of gay fanfic, and the homophobic girl is the best plot device ever.
Oh, it's your personal favorite plot device. Some other people might not like it.
Well, those other people are wrong.
I don't think that's how this works.
That is not how this
I'm pretty
works.
sure that I am the arbiter of all that is true. Um, I'm saying as a writer, it's the best one because it's the most versatile, and it's essentially you, the author, making a person to go in and cause the plot to happen, and it's great. But it's not quite as obvious being hand of the author, right? Because
I guess
in
I see
terms
where
of
you're coming.
basic action, they're pushing the characters apart, or like here's a good example. Hilda, in a lot of Demi-Claude fanfic, she's typically pushing Claude towards Dimitri, or pushing Dimitri towards Claude, or pushing them away from each other, which then actually forces them together. And it lets her do all the little manipulations required, because they will not talk otherwise, without it being kind of out of character.
I mean, that's only if you're going the pining route. Well, I guess it mainly depends on the character you're doing. Honestly, here's my thing. This kind of keeps me away from a lot of gay media. I am not good with pining. Like, I am not good with slow pining.
Ew.
Like, come on. Like, I got places to be. I got movies to watch.
Lola was sure everyone in the building could hear her heart pounding as she yanked the blinds shut. She briefly considered calling Xander, but stopped short of picking up her phone. No, this was something she would have to go through alone.
Damn, she has ties to the Norian prince.
As the shocks rattled through her body, all Lola could do was panic. Was she going to change in a way she liked? Would Xander still like her? Would she become a completely different person? Like it or not, Lola was about to find out. She sat down on her bed and took a deep breath. Lola 2.0, here I come. Another chapter done. You lean back in your creaky chair and sigh. For once my chair is not creaky when I need it to be. The next chapter will be the last one, you can feel it. This convoluted story will be coming to a close, the end of Blooming Panic. For 3 years, you've been a devoted reader as you followed the story of Lola, a girl trying to finish college while contending with a magical transformation. The final transformation, it's definitely going to be in the upcoming chapter. But part of you doesn't actually want that chapter to come out. Your chest feels tight when you imagine the story ending. You've grown attached to not just Lola, but the rest of the cast as well. Her suitors Damien, Nathaniel, and Xander. Her friends Celeste and Lydia. Even her mean girl rival Sable. It's hard to imagine saying goodbye to them so soon. A text from your boss. He wants you to come into work at 5 a.m. tomorrow. You toss your phone on your bed and turn back to the computer screen. You don't want to think about tomorrow morning. Reports, presentations, and number crunching all await you bright and early. You'll be lucky if you can sneak in a cup of coffee. As you aimlessly browse, you come across a single tweet from a brand new Twitter account with an invite link to a Discord server. It looks like a fan server for Blooming Panic. Wait, is that a Discord server? It looks like a download for an entirely different program. Your mouse cursor hesitates over the URL. You want to click it. It's your boss again. No doubt he's sending you an itinerary for your sunrise arrival. Fun fact. There is one country in the world you can say that this does not take place in, that I know of.
What?
Off the top of my head. In France, it is illegal for employers to contact employees outside of work hours.
Really?
Yes.
Based France.
You glance at your other open window, with the web novel text pulled up to Lola's end of chapter monologue. The thought crosses your mind again. This will all be over soon. Your fingers tighten on the mouse. You click.
I am so low on ammo. For like everything. Oh wait, there's a chainsaw. Nice.
Welcome to the Blooming Panic. I've become a monster, official server. We're so happy and welcome to have another fan. What will your username be? Awesome. Nice to meet you, Cassander. Please select your pronouns.
Pronouns.
Thank you. Usually we let new users select a flare for themselves. But our Lola doesn't have anyone with her flare right now, so you'll be receiving hers.
That's a very weird way to run a server.
Next, do you promise to be a generally good person in the server?
No.
Thank you. You now have access to several channels in the server. Would you like an explanation of how the server works? Okay. On the left, you'll see 4 categories: Server Info, Blooming Panic, Other Things, and The Lounge. Server Info contains the rules conversation here, that only you can see, as well as the bot requests channel. In that channel, you can type several commands: /play song to change the music playing, /backstory character name to get the backstory for a character, /catch me up to get a brief summary of the story so far, or help to see the complete list of commands. Feel free to go to that channel now and use the help command now to see the full list of available options.
I feel like this is a real game. Well, no, not real game. I feel like this is a, I don't know.
This feels like a real Discord server?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like one of those Flash game simulators where they'd be like, here's this goofy version of OS that I just made. And you can play around with it on Newgrounds. That's what it feels like, and I like that.
You can't look at any chats while you are in a call, so be sure that you only join a call when you are ready. Well, that should be everything. As stated before, you now have access to the rest of the server. Enjoy! This also feels like joining a new Discord server.
Yeah?
Because the channel was just loading.
Ah.
Oh, look at that. Basically, there's no actual, messages that have been sent yet in the game, so these channels are just going to look like they're constantly loading. Why would I lie to you? I've literally never lied in my life. Lol. Sallow. What? Do you honestly believe that you can get a secret internet by plugging your router into the phone jack?
Yes.
Have you tried it? No! See, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Everyone please, we have a new member. What? Oh shit! Welcome! Hello! Welcome! And we're going for one specific man, so we're going to just follow a walkthrough.
Oh, there are different...
Hello, everyone.
There are different people to romance?
There are 4 different people to romance.
That's pretty cool.
Quest, XYX, Night Owl, and Naked Toaster. Hello and welcome, Cassander. Wonderful to have a new person around. Let me know if anyone gives you a hard time. We want you to feel comfortable here. Yeah. Cassander, do you want us to call you that, or do you have a nickname? Oh, you can call me Naked Toaster. Give me a moment. I will actually put, all of their designs in the miscellaneous channel in,
The server?
The server, yes.
Alright.
Copy image. It'll be in the miscellaneous channel.
I will say, it's gonna be a little hard for me to turn towards the computer because Arthur is sitting on me in such a way that I cannot turn my office chair.
You're alright.
He has commanded me to be still. Works.
I have posted all of the options in the server.
Nice. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you can call me by my username. Okay, Cassander it is. Does everyone want to introduce themselves? Me! Hello, I'm Onion. I'm a university student. Bland. I'm Night Owl, and I'm a university student as well. Real quick, I have to screenshot something. Or I have to screenshot this specifically. And send it to meme somewhere.
Oh, Arthur has gotten off of me.
Alright. This choice doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say, "Aw, is that you? Cute!" Ah, thank you. I'm almost a university student. Almost.
If I had a mouse and keyboard, I wouldn't have died there.
I used to be a student. Look at all of us. This server is too educated. XYX. Hello, I'm June. I'm probably the biggest Blooming Panic superfan. It's true. Ha, who's left? Me and Salison? And XYX. Lol, you wish. Hello, I'm XYX. Is that it? LOL.
2 out of 4 of these characters have serious Grayson vibes.
Oh, they do. Well, see, why bother trying? Hello, I am XYX, and I enjoy money. God. Sorry, Cassander, he's always like this. It's quite annoying.
Please don't at me when you're not trying to draw my attention to something. And you're just referring
Hey,
to my
remember
name.
that jail roll we used to have? Oh yeah, wait! Jail! On what grounds? Please, XYX, we're trying to greet someone new. I am greeting him? I will not forget this injustice. Uh-huh. Introductions? Yeah. You can call me Sallow. I have a lovely wife that I dote after, and I'm enjoying my retirement. Sallow is the best. Now you, Quest. Lamau. I'm the server moderator. Let me know if you ever run into any issues with these people. These people. Wow. You deserve it. Wait, if we're going to be posting face pics, does anyone have that really old one of Quest? Huh? Oh, baby. Sec. Wait, what picture? Oh no. Oh lol. I think he's cute. Wasn't this from a drinking night? I can't believe you saved that. You look like a happy drunk, lol. Aw. Sure, Lamau. Toasty's offline? Don't worry, I'm sure he'll show up sooner or later. Quest is the one we'll be going for.
Hold on.
Lucky he's offline.
Which one is he?
The moderator, this one.
Oh, the blue guy.
Yeah, blue guy.
Gotcha.
I'd post a pic I have of him, but I want him to see his embarrassment live. I want to see! So, Cassander, how did you find the server? Oh, I just saw it on a social media site. Classic. Oh, which website was it? Twitter! Ah, must have missed that post. Me too. So it's a new post then? Do you still have that link? I wouldn't even bother trying to look, June. I was about to say. It's probably already down by now. Is it? Oh well, now that you mention it, it really is gone. Not surprising. Unfortunately true. It's strange, but that's pretty much how we all came here, too. A forum post, an old tweet, things like that, all disappearing after we click. Even you, Quest? Yeah. How did you become mod, then? IDK, it just happened to me when I joined. Maybe because you were the first to join? Maybe.
It's the evil Discord server. He was
So, Cassander,
mysterious.
why'd you look for a server like this?
He was mysteriously made a moderator. It's the
I wanted to find some fans, I guess.
haunted Discord server.
Well, you came to the right place. No, this Discord server is haunted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit, really?
That's the implication.
Lol. Awesome.
In any case, it's nice to have somebody new on board to craft theories with. Oh wait, check the time. Don't you have class on you?
Theories?
Yes. Goodbye, everyone. Except XYX. LOL. You wound me, yeah. Hold on, let me try that.
Yeah.
Let me try that again, because that doesn't fit right. You wound me, yeah.
Nah. You gotta go. Yeah.
Oh, Sallow's gone too. He probably accidentally hit the power button again. Poor Sallow. His kids should help him out more with all the computer stuff.
Sure.
Oh, is he not very technologically savvy?
Did I just hit the power off button with my toe? I swear to God, if I did that, I'm gonna be so.
Yeah, he's a little older than the rest of us, so he struggles sometimes. What? You don't like me saying, yeah?
Yeah. Like, you know, yeah. What?
I feel so bad for him. Server grandpa. Lol. Server grandpa.
Sorry, Tess.
So, at Cassander, are you a student? No. Oh. Did you just cheered? Oh, thank you. No, I work in finance.
Shit, I'm losing.
Do you like it? Would you like it if you worked 12-hour days? Damn, sorry to hear that. I appreciate it. I keep my head up, though, since things could be worse. Completely agree. Well, that's a pretty good mindset, all things considered. Yeah. Anyway, Cassander, I hope you enjoy your time here. Most of the channels are self-explanatory. Blooming Panic has the most recent chapter posted at all times to refer back to. Have you read the most recent chapter? Yes! Nice! New chapter when? Several people are typing. Tired of waiting. Me too! Isn't it kind of sad, though? What do you mean? Because this will probably be the last chapter. What? No! Yeah, it'll all be over. I'm pretty sad about it, too. I'll miss it, too. It'll be interesting to finally see at least what the transformation is after all this time. I'm sure June could theory post about that through the morning. Speaking of tomorrow, maybe I should head home and sleep soon. Already? Quest is the real server, Grandpa. How late do you usually stay up, Cassander? Well, I usually sleep before 10 p.m.
True. Your character.
Nice to see another sensible person in here.
Okay, let me revise my statement. It's not that Avernus goes to bed early,
That's
it's just he
too
sleeps
early.
long. So
No, it isn't. No, it definitely is. Well, for the past few months, I've been dealing with not sleeping long enough. I'm back. Good morning. It's not morning here for me, but good morning, Sallow. Oh, that's right. Welcome back. My bad. Naked Toaster is now online. Well, you don't need to apologize. Toasty! Look who decided to turn on his second monitor. Please. Hi, Toasty. Hello, hello, etc., etc. We have a new person, by the way. Oh? Good morning. Hello, etc.
Sorry.
Oh shit, it's my dad. Oh shit.
I DK how you guys can be in here all night. You people never relax. I feel pretty chill, pretty zen. I wish this was reality instead of just Dayu. What's Dayu? It's the name for the AU where Damien never broke up with Lola. Do you remember why he broke up with her? Not really, to be honest. No worries, let's summarize. Damien was Lola's first love interest in Bloomic. Bloomic is the web novel's nickname. And he was really torn about Lola's transformation. Because he values personal appearance and surface-level things quite a bit. When he couldn't handle it anymore, he ended the relationship. Poor Lola. That was a hard chapter to read. It wasn't her fault! Oh wow, this is amazing art. So anyway, Dayu is one of my favorite AUs. Because it's full of stuff like this. And Damien made the right choice. No way. It was such a selfish reason to end things. And it was really hard for Lola to deal with. Oh, is everyone fighting in here? LOL. LOL. Selfish or not, he knew he wasn't able to get over it, and broke up with her. Oh, it's Dayu again. Cassander, who do you agree with? Sorry, I think that was pretty terrible of Damien. Yeah, see? Breaking up with your partner over something like that? It just seems cruel. It would have been crueler to stay with her.
Can you hit skip on the music player? I feel like this song's been playing for a while. I'm just curious what else I got.
Let's see. Is this the same song? Yes.
Talk to me?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Oh, that's hot, yeah.
Guys, we're not fighting! Lol. Controversial character either way, but still a good character. Agreed. Being treated like that, though... Oh no. Has that happened to you? Not this specifically, but I am a little familiar with bad breakups and comments on my appearance. What? What do you look like? XYX. What? Ignore him. I changed a lot after I graduated college is all. I'm sure you look very cute. Agreed. Don't let the trash get you down. Damn, Grandpa. You seem like a good person, so they're lost. Yeah! You can't agree after you defended Damien. This is different. At Cassander, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Sounds like me.
It's okay.
Night Owl is officially
In his
mulched.
defense, he didn't know that about you. Still, sorry. Damien Discourse, oh how I missed you.
Not the Edelgard discourse. It always
Cassander,
comes
do you have a
back
couple minutes?
to the Damien discourse.
Yes, why?
Always comes back.
Do you want to call for a bit?
What?
I promise I'm not offended by what Night Owl said. Ban, ban, ban. LOL. No!
Come here, you little shit! Yeah! Yeah!
Lol, no worries. It's not about that. I just think you're fun to talk to, and, well, I'm a little bored right now at work.
And,
Mask earlier.
Yeah.
and apparently
Wow, how
there
come you
are
never want to
no
call me?
DMs here.
Wow.
That is actually a good point.
I'll be in the voice channel if you want. No pressure if you don't want to.
Oh yeah, that's
Imagine
definitely me.
You guys have fun.
That's definitely me.
Last time, once again.
No, that's not you. That's Night Owl is you. The one with
Toasty, we can call
Sad.
sometime.
Oh, I thought
Oh my god. LOL.
I thought Night Owl
Quest
was
is me. I'm the love interest.
I thought you were.
Cassander said it first. So. No, no, I lost the name now. Night Owl is the one who had the Damien discourse, the Edelgard
No.
discourse.
What?
And it was really sad.
I thought he was saying like, hey, you don't have to come into the server. You don't have to come into the voice chat if you don't want to. That's me.
Answer my
is Mom,
phone
yeah.
call, Cassander. I am sitting in Ring 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 right now.
Yeah, join him. Come on. Get in
He's
there.
just a little guy at work at his boring fake job at the office.
Hello, welcome to the server. You there?
Now that'll make your pussy drop.
There you are. Oh,
Now that's the good
Wow.
stuff. Tattoo?
sorry.
Sorry.
It's nothing like that.
Oh, does this?
With the weird lighting in my office,
Oh,
it
it has
almost
voice
looked like your eyes were glowing. Anyway, disregard. Welcome to our humble
here.
server.
He speaks
I'm
like the
Quest,
guy from The Good
the
Doctor.
tired dad whose
No.
job it is to herd people
Mr.
to
Imp,
their
come here.
appropriate
Come here,
channels.
Mr. Imp.
Do not.
Mr. Imp.
Do not ruin this. I'm turning the music down a little bit and turning the voice volume up.
Come here. Come here. Come here, Mr. Possessed. That's a good possessed.
Of
There we go.
course. But
I am a
Oh,
surgeon, Dr.
hold on.
Todd.
Shush.
I really don't like the good doctor.
Let us not discuss that horrible show.
Yeah.
this is awkward. I'm the one who asked you in here, but I just got more work in. Yeah. Sorry. But I'm happy I got to see you at least.
Bitch, show me your tattoo, your arm tattoo again.
Oh, what? No, sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. Pff, I can't believe I'm being trolled in real time. And on your
Are being
first day.
trolled in real time.
On my first day.
Yeah, you'll fit right in.
Where's the next guy?
Uh-huh.
Come here. I'm gonna
Good
give you a
night
gift.
either way.
I'm innocent.
Have a
I'm
good one.
simply a little cinnamon roll.
I'm gonna give you a gift. The gift is death.
Mulch.
Sorry.
Maybe turn down the blood haze a notch.
I will say, we have hit, I think, a good stopping point for the day.
Sure.
Part of this is to simply... How do I save? Okay, there we go.
Oh, I see those previous. I see that previous save file of Ernest. You ain't slick. Boy kisser.
Boy.
Yes.
You like kissing boys. Boy
All right.
kisser.
I'm going to say that this is the
Hi,
end
gay.
of today's visual... I'm going to say this is the end of today's visual novel. The end of today's visual novel day. I hope you guys enjoyed today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cookie
Will-
Cat.
My thought is, because I have still not yet done a full day of Bloodborne on a Bloodborne day, we're likely to end up with me so tense that I want to go to something else tomorrow.
And that's when we do the Lethal Company stream.
I feel like that may be counterintuitive.
Yeah, I know. I was just making the joke. Sorry.
No, I think we'll actually do the Lethal Company stream on a Monday sometime soon.
Really?
Cutting out
Okay.
Kingdom
Yes.
Hearts. The prized Monday spot. Okay.
I've
Ooh.
been waiting to play this game for a while.
This is, of course, our gift from Ultra's birthday.
Yeah.
He's no longer a little birthday boy. Now he's just an old man.
Yes, but I need to deliver the gift anyway.
Yeah.
I guess.
But anyway, as I was trying to say, please stop interrupting.
I would never do that. Oh my god.
After Bloodborne tomorrow, because I know I will not get to the full 4 hours, we will come back to this game and do another day of it.
Slay.
As in another in-game day.
Yeah.
But yes, I hope you all enjoyed today. This has been a very fun experience doing these visual novels twice now.